Welcome to Fire-Breathing Kittens, a standalone Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Each episode is a separate, complete adventure, so you can listen to them in any order. We are joined by Nesgrax.
Hello, I'm a brass dragonborn. I'm about 5'10". I sort of look like David Hyde Pierce if he was a dragon. I've also just bought this cape that turns into bat wings, so I'm looking forward to that.
Elowen.
Hello, I am a smoke genasi. I have very floofy hair. Sometimes I get a little angry, and you can definitely smell burning wood when that happens. And I wear some fun leather armor with some frills, and I also have a brand new bow I'm trying out this week.
Nice. And Mendax.
What's up, nerds? I'm a level 17 changeling bard, and because I can choose any sort of hair colour I want, I think today I'm going to go for kind of black but slightly shimmery, so it's slightly iridescent. And I've got a nice tricorn hat from a couple of adventures ago, and I have not let that go yet, so that's coming with me. That's an important plot point.
Okay, we'll see if the hat survives the episode. I have accepted this challenge.
Don't you dare.
And what level are you guys today?
17.
17, baby.
Almost all the way trained.
Nice. You are all outside the Fire-Breathing Kittens Guild Hall. Having just met up early in the morning, you all decided to stop by a Mary's Bakery, Sukla Imports, to get some breakfast treats. What breakfast goodie are you each looking forward to?
I love a good pain au chocolat. I hope they have those.
I love ham and Swiss croissants.
It's all about the donuts. Donuts. I'm going to have some nice chocolate and hazelnut ones. I'm going to have salted caramel ones. I'm going to have really iced ones. I'm basically, this is the only reason I get up in the morning is for donuts in the morning. And then I go back to sleep again because I've eaten far too many donuts. What a life.
Thinking about donuts, ham and cheese croissants, and pain au chocolat, you are all walking through the streets of Nikamui, heading from the guild hall, which is kind of, on a hill overlooking the beach, to the Sukla Imports, which is pretty close by. You're walking there, you're not driving, and you're heading through some crowded streets. Because you're distracted by the delicious goods that you're anticipating, and this is a crowded street with a lot of bustling people on it, everybody make a perception check with disadvantage.
Oh, no, not disadvantage. Oh, I actually rolled pretty good. Oh, I might be okay. 17.
Oh, I did fine. 13?
24 is my disadvantage. Yeah.
Nice.
How?
Yeah. I have +7 in perception.
Nice.
Yeah.
You all keep heading towards the bakery. Nothing is amiss.
Oh, I'm going to get so many donuts. No, I'm not going to know what's what.
Don't forget the coffee.
I poke Mendax in the love handle. I say,
Ow!
Hey, buddy.
Hey!
You might want to...
I'm delicate there. Stop it.
I don't understand. You're a changeling. Can't you just make that, tighten it up?
I mean, I could, yeah, but no, I'm just gonna say, some people like having a little bit to hold on to.
Oh gosh, all right. So you're walking down an alley now, taking a shortcut because nothing is amiss. Heading to Sukla Imports to buy the delicious baked goods and ham and cheese croissant and coffee. Perception check again, this time because it is a quiet alley. You don't have disadvantage.
I rolled worse.
Yes.
14.
8.
23?
Elowen, you passed the perception check. It was a DC 40 in the crowded street, so I didn't anticipate that anyone would hit it, but I gave you the chance. Okay. Elowen, you see movement in a shadow nearby.
Hey, guys, there's something in the shadow. Hello?
She called out to it. Okay, well then yeah. The shadow moves as a suited figure wearing a bowler cap steps out. Since you greeted him, he comes back and greets you. "Hello, liar," he says to Mendax.
I turn around and go, "Who are you talking to, buddy?"
We don't lie. I mean, we do, but
Well,
we don't. We don't lie.
Yeah. It's a gray area for me. I'm pretty good at it. I don't get to do it often, but when I do it pretty well, so.
I mean, everybody lies. It's like, I would lie about getting a birthday gift for someone not to ruin the surprise. Everybody lies. So, like, we do, but we don't.
Oh,
It's like I would say, I would be lying if I said, "Wow, that bowler hat makes you look really cool."
well, you're all admitting to it then. You all knew, didn't you? Mendax does mean liar in Latin.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
I start to back away slowly, suddenly becoming a bit quicker.
Before you can back away, he says, "We know who you are, liar. Your true name is printed in capital letters on the front page of tomorrow's newspaper."
Oh, god damn it.
What is it? What is your real name? Tell us. I'm dying.
This is
Tell me.
not a conversation for right now, okay?
Oh.
I came for donuts, and I want to get donuts, and I just, can we just kind of like form a quick team huddle and just crouch over and just go,
Yeah, we definitely can. Creepy dude that's calling us a liar. If you run, I will shoot you. Stay.
Whoa. Jesus.
He stays.
"Now, guys, I'm gonna need you to trust me on this one when I say we need to sort this person out, like real quick, otherwise things are gonna get messy down the line."
Elowen kind of pulls out a dagger and is like, "Sword out, like, how?"
You want me to kill him for you?
And I look around at a wonderfully empty alleyway and just go, it's not a bad idea. But if he knows who I actually am, then maybe there's information we could get from him. So maybe not go the whole hog on this one just yet. But
I recognize the irony of putting your trust in someone whose name is literally liar. But I don't know, Mendax. There's just
like I
something
said,
about you. I'm with
as
you.
I said,
I'm in.
it's not a conversation for now. All right.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Look, I mean, we're here. Like, I trust you guys. But can we sort this out? I will explain everything to you, later on. But currently, this guy is a bit more of a threat at the moment.
Okay.
So-
Trust me on this.
Elowen turns and she has this bright smile on her face and she goes, "Who are you and who are you working for? Answer truthfully."
I'm with the HHO. If you don't want the world to know that your entire identity is forged, Mendax, then you're going to have to do the HHO a little favor, and then we'll retract tomorrow's headline.
The HHO that's not like a community thing, right? Like a subdivision thing? Because I've heard of those, but like, I don't really like them.
Yeah, don't they run like housing stuff? Am I thinking of something else?
He scowls and he goes, "You're thinking of something else."
Oh, okay. Thanks, bad guy.
So Elowen looks and is just like, does anyone know what the HHO is? Can we just like Fantasy Ocean's 11 this, or do we need to do the favor?
Let's
With a
let's see
weary
what he
sigh, I
wants
kind of like.
first.
Hang on. Sorry.
I was going to say, let's just see what he wants. It might be easy. Who knows?
Yeah, it could just be get him a couple of donuts from
That's
the bakery. You never know. So I kind of turn back towards this mysterious person and go, "All right, what do you want?"
"Deliver this package," and he retrieves from the shadows a square package, "into the pond beneath the tree, tied with the white ribbon around its trunk. This gold ring will take you there." He gestures at Elowen and Nesgrax. And then the suited man wearing the bowler cap says, "You two had better hold on before he touches it, or he'll go alone." And then he waits. He's got an envelope in his hand and a package in his hand. He's waiting until you're both holding on to Mendax. Are you?
Elowen, like, puts out her hand and is like, Are you okay with this? Because I'm just gonna grab you. On the shoulder.
I mean, we probably should, right? Because, you know, even if we took care of him now, then we don't really have any reason to believe he's lying.
Elowen looks at him and just goes, do you have, like, a badge number, a company card, a name? So that way when we get back, we can just, like, you know, talk to your supervisor or, like, I don't know, find you.
He rolls up the cloth around his wrist and, like, right there, that's really helping podcast listeners, where you wear a watch, but on the side, on the underside.
The fleshy bit.
The fleshy bit, there's a tattoo that says HHO.
Oh, he's going to regret that.
And when he presses it with his thumb, it appears, kind of like Death Eater style, like it's not visible unless you...
Nice. Okay. Elowen puts her hand on Mendax's shoulder.
Could you just repeat the thing about the white ribbon and the tree? Is it a tree at the bottom of a pond with a white ribbon?
Deliver this package into the pond beneath the tree, tied with the white ribbon around its trunk.
Okay, I'm in. I touch the Mendax.
Okay, now that you're both touching Mendax, the suited man with the bowler cap holds out an envelope to Mendax. He puts a package in one of Mendax's hands. And Mendax, do you have your other hand palm up?
If he asks me to put my palm up, then I probably will.
Yeah.
Because we don't have any donuts in there, so...
Oh, this is going to be the episode you long for donuts the whole time.
Yeah.
It's not ice cream now, it's donuts.
Always something.
So once your palm is up, he holds an envelope open, kind of like so he doesn't have to touch what's in there, and then upends the envelope and dumps a gold ring onto your palm. And you briefly see that the envelope has red letters on it that say, "Do not touch," before the ring touches the skin of your palm, and you guys, poof, out of existence.
And are we dead? Did we just die? Good work, team.
It's probably a good thing we didn't get donuts. Get real travel sick.
Ooh, that is true.
You're not dead. That was just a brief reference to The Magician's Nephew. I liked those books when I was a kid. So there you go.
Those were good books.
Yeah. Do you guys have any guesses about where you're going to teleport to?
Narnia, hopefully. Realistically, the Feywild, potentially. This sounds like a Feywild thing.
Well, in The Magician's Nephew you go to, pop! You teleport into a forest. The ring crumbles to dust in your hand. There are maples, oaks, and elms all around you, and ponds of water beneath their branches.
Well, I mean, this is quite lucky, isn't it? Let's just find one with this white ribbon and let's get going, because I am starving and very uncomfortable. Also, I haven't peed today, so I might just nip off for a quick one. Keep an eye out for squirrels.
Mendax, as you say that, you look around your feet and notice that there are ponds all around your feet. Ponds everywhere.
Oh, this is going to be more difficult than I thought.
Can I do a perception check to see if I can see the ribbon?
Yes, all of you do a perception check.
Ooh, nice. I am hot today. So that is a 24 for Elowen.
13.
9.
Okay, Elowen, you see this, and you can choose to share it with your friends if you want. Just say yes or no if you share it after I'm done describing it, so you don't have to repeat it. North of you, an elm tree has a blue ribbon wrapped around a wrist-thick branch 10 feet from its trunk. It's Samara, which is the official word for helicopters or keys, which I've learned after last week's adventure, which are oval wind-dispersed seeds with paper-thin ends, spiral down into a still pond. That was north of you. East of you, an oak tree has a small white ribbon wrapped around its trunk. Acorns reflect off the still water of a pond beneath the oak. Southwest of you, a maple tree with a red ribbon around a cluster of red flowers stands tall next to a third pond. More trees and ponds extend in all directions, as far as you can see. So yes or no, and do you share that with your friends?
Yes.
Okay.
So white ribbon, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard
that's what
white
the guy,
ribbon.
I carved it into my arm. So yeah, that's accurate. It's okay, I'm a changeling. I can heal it over. Oh, wait, no, I can't. That was a mistake. Woo! Okay.
We might have to go find you a tattoo artist after that, but it's cool. There's an oak tree with a white ribbon, and it's just kind of due east if we want to kind of head that way.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be nice and easy. We can just drop it off and then find out where the heck we are.
Yes. I mean, I did drop a package off to this one lady once, and she was really nice. So this can't be that bad.
Oh, no.
I
get the feeling there's something you're not telling us on that one.
Oh, no, it was fine. So Elowen doesn't know. The player knows. Elowen became a drug mule and just totally did the thing.
Oh.
And just thinks that she made a very nice friend. My poor child. Elowen does pull out her crown and put it on her head, and she's trying to see if she can hear any chatters from small woodland creatures.
Ooh, there are no animals in any direction.
Guys, so this seems very chill, and the good news is there aren't any animals in any direction. But the bad news is there aren't any animals in any direction. So we're not going to get eaten. But my ranger senses are saying this is not natural.
Yeah, roll a nature check with advantage.
Nat 20.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you wouldn't have known this, but that nat 20, you feel like you're not in nature. You're not in Nikamui, Guaso, or even the world of Draws. You're in an entirely separate plane.
Guys, I feel like we plane jumped a little bit. So heads up, I guess, and just be aware. And she's subtly gripping her bow a little tighter.
Oh, that's what that splitting headache's about. I was wondering. Ow. Okay. Yep, this is all coming back to me.
But the good news is we might be able to find interplanar donuts.
It depends on the plane. Sometimes you don't get interplanar donuts, or it's more like interplanar churros, which are, pretty good, but you've got to be careful about the dipping sauces, because some of them can literally burn your skin off.
I just like a plain donut. Nothing fancy.
Whoa.
Just, just nothing on it. Just a plain donut. I'm going to take out my figurine of wondrous power, which turns into an onyx dog who can see things that are invisible.
Puppy.
Oh, it's a giant mastiff, but
Puppy.
okay. Hey, buddy. I just need you to look around and just see if you can see anything that maybe we can't see.
Oof. Pretend I bark better, and it's barking. And
Oh, he speaks common.
Oh, okay. The dog notices that there are no smells here, which is weird.
Good boy.
Yeah. And there's, you said it can see invisible things?
Yes. Let's see. It also has dark vision out of a range of 60 feet and can see invisible creatures and objects within that range.
Okay, the dog is real freaked out by the ponds.
Tell me, boy, what is it? What's wrong with the ponds?
Oh yeah, it can speak common. Okay, the dog says, those are the deepest ponds I have ever seen.
Good news is, if we end up deciding to, jump in, we can breathe underwater. I got us.
The dog says, that ain't water.
Oh. What is it, boy? Can you tell us? Do you know? You only have an intelligence of 8, but maybe you have something. Come on.
It doesn't know much scientific jargon. Yep.
Fair enough. Yes.
if it's magic.
Well,
It attempts to say supercritical fluids at you and its brain breaks.
Okay.
Nesgrax, can I ask you a quick question about your little pupper there? What's the technical term for it? How alive is it?
He's I don't know. He used to be a little statue, and now he's here. he's a living creature. Yeah, the figurine becomes a living creature. He's a living creature. Yeah.
He's like
Okay, so if something like untoward were to happen to it, would it just turn back into the statue and then you can just bring it back as per... What I'm getting at is, can we just get him to like boop his snoot into the puddle just to see if anything happens?
You want to do that to Stan?
No, I want him to do it to himself.
You want Stan to die as your guinea pig?
Not die, just... put his life on the line for us, basic friends stuff, you know?
I understand what you're saying, yes.
friends, we can... Elowen, like, pulls out a holly berry. It is just like, just give me 1 second, and she's gonna cast summon or conjure woodland beings. And she's going to conjure her pixie friend.
I have bad news.
Oh no!
Magic doesn't work here.
She tries and gets voicemail.
Yep. It's like you're in a different plane. You're like calling from Japan and you didn't put an area code in.
I am not gonna summon my pixie friend. Never mind. I guess let's just walk over to the tree and see, just see what we can see, I suppose.
Did you mean to rhyme that?
No, I did not. Perhaps.
Let's all sing the song that you just made up. Let's walk over to the tree and see what we can see. We'll walk to the tree and see what we can see. Yeah. There is space for us to walk. We can walk towards this tree.
Yes.
Okay. Come on, everyone. Stan will lead the way.
Stan leads the way. He walks next to... Which tree are you choosing? The north elm tree, the east oak tree, or the south maple tree?
The east oak tree.
Okay.
Is what Elowen is suggesting.
Okay. You are standing next to the east oak tree with a small white ribbon wrapped around its trunk. Acorns reflect off the still water of a pond beneath the oak.
I mean, he said deliver the package. We can just, drop it here, can't we? That's how this works, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But how are we supposed to get back?
Well, you know us. We like to concentrate on the task at hand and then figure out how to escape.
I've got an idea. Just stick. Play along with me here. Tree. Tree. Hey, tree. Tree.
We're going to be here a while.
Tree. Hey, tree. 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 Hey, tree.
Elowen kind of pokes the tree and is like, I mean, I don't think it's alive.
It does not answer.
It was worth checking.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I've met some alive trees in my time. I suppose... She pulls out her dagger and she's like, I lose a dagger every adventure, and I suppose it's time for me to lose this one again. And this dagger is, very plain. And because she's gone through 4 different daggers. And she just ties part of her rope to it and is like, I suppose we can just, I don't know, fish and put it down and see what happens. If everybody is okay with that, ploink.
What was we had to put it in the pond? Beneath the tree? Was that the plan?
They didn't say in, they said deliver it to, so we could just leave it at the base, but I'm kind of really curious about the whole that's not water thing, and disappointed that we don't get to, breathe water and that my magic's not working.
Well, yeah, let's just leave the package here. Let's just see what happens. Put the package down, see what happens.
Okay, wait. So describe what's happening, and I'll tell you what happens in response.
Elowen dropped her dagger with, the rope and from the explorer's pack, which I think is 50 feet, and is just letting it go to the end and then pulling it back up.
All right, that happened with no changes to the dagger.
Cool, so it's not like a Midas Golden Goose situation. Wonderful.
Or like a massive puddle of acid.
That was, did not go that direction, but that's also good. I suppose we can just leave it and go hide behind some other trees and just watch. You do have the package, Mendax, right? That came with us. We didn't just get yeeted to a different
I'm
plane.
pretty sure I've still got it, yeah.
Yeah, you've got the package.
Okay, so the question is,
square box.
Do I dump it in the puddle or just next to the puddle? Because personally, I want to just drop it in and see what happens.
I mean,
Let's start with next to the puddle and see what happens.
there might be less murder if it's next to the puddle. Because if we screw up and we throw it in the puddle and we lose it, then we have to go back and figure out what this HHO thing is.
It's probably just back taxes or something, but okay. I'll just put it down the side of the puddle next to the tree.
You did that. A few seconds pass. Nothing happens. A few more seconds pass.
I'm bored. I kick it in. I kick it in the puddle.
Oh, okay. The package goes with a, splashing sound. Into the puddle it goes. Now, which puddle? You definitely the oak tree with the small
with
white ribbon?
The white ribbon.
Yeah. Okay. After about 6 seconds, that pond dries up. You watch it happen. And in its place is damp soil.
Huh.
Mission accomplished, guys. Let's go home.
All right. Yeah, job done.
Perhaps we should have checked to see what was in that package.
Elowen hates doing that.
The afterthought of, oh yeah, we should check things.
Ah, it's fine.
All right, so how do we get home?
Now, I've got an idea. Bear with me a moment, and this has been one of Nesgrax's backup ideas in the past, but you just bear with me. And Mendax just kind of stares down at his feet and kind of clicks his ankles together and goes, "There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home." Just opens his eyes, looks around and goes, "See, Nesgrax, I said that wouldn't work."
And I said it was worth a try.
Great. Can Elowen tell which pond they started next to?
You started equidistant between the 3 ponds I described. There you go.
I mean, I guess we could walk and see if there's a magical door of some sort somewhere. Or, and hear me out, I could just cast water breathing and we can just jump into the pond that we started next to.
Okay, I've got an idea that will test it out without killing Stan, who I know we've just met him. I just bought him, but I've grown quite attached to him now already, and I don't want to lose him. I can take out my bag of tricks. I can throw a fuzzy thing, and it will turn into a random animal, and we can just ask the animal to just jump in and see what happens. Okay? Sound good?
Perhaps we should tie a rope to it too, so we can pull it out.
Sounds good. That's fine with me. I don't really care about these things, so...
But how is it going to tell us if it, hops in and it can't get out? We might be able to help it out, and,
I kind of imagine it's just gonna die. That's my sort of... To me, I've got the feeling it's just going to die as soon as it goes in, and I'm fine with that. We'll tie a rope to it, but, whatever. Let's do it.
Okay, I got the rope. Somebody have the fuzzy animal?
Yep. So I'm going to reach into my bag of tricks. It's a 10 bag of tricks, and I roll a D8, and we'll see what it's going to be. It was an 8, which means that it is a tiger.
A friendly tiger?
Yeah, he does my bidding.
Nice. Okay. This would have been different if it was.
He's friendly to me and my companions, and acts on my turn.
Roar! A tiger is present.
Hello. I'm not going to give you a name, just to let you know.
I guess I could. Elowen was fully expecting a rabbit, and she's like, I guess I can make a harness. As she tries to tie a harness around she's gonna tie a harness around the tiger.
Oh my gosh. Elowen, what is your lifting capacity? And
Well, if it's a
Nesgrax,
harness,
what's the weight of the tiger?
He's typical tiger size.
I have
A lot.
I have a +3 to straying. I'm not a
Probably,
weakling,
I think.
but not lifted up. She's just literally you know how you throw a saddle on a horse and then you do the straps underneath it. She's just kind of tossing the rope around, and
You can push, drag, or lift a weight in pounds up to twice your carrying capacity or 30 times your strength score. So what's your strength score?
+3, which is a 17.
So what's 17 times 30? By the way, a tiger is up to 700 pounds. So you put the rope around the tiger, and the tiger is 8 feet long, 5 feet tall.
It's a mess. It's a mess. All right.
Look, let's send him in the thing, see what happens, and then if he's still alive and he's just hanging there by the rope, we'll figure something out. I'll use Dimension Door or something, and we'll get him out. Okay? Oh yeah, okay. No magic.
Listeners, this is like watching a child get really smart and think that it's gonna ice skate into its dad at high speed. This is what that's like.
All right. Well, you command the tiger, so
Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's tie the other end of the rope to a tree, and then maybe that'll just hold him, and then we'll figure it out from there.
It's
okay?
way funnier if you let Elowen hold it, though.
What if we all three hold the rope and we just do sort of we all pull together? We could do that all together, couldn't we?
here, fishy, fishy, fishy.
We could if we all pull together, we could lift 700 pounds, I'm sure.
How strong is the rope?
That's a good question. I don't know. It's rope.
This is taking way too long for the unnamed tiger.
We'll call it number 1.
Officially, D&D rope can hold up to 3,000 pounds.
Oh, so we're good.
Helpful
Oh,
DM.
that's fine.
Okay, tiger, hop into the pond over here.
Okay, and where is the other end of the rope? One end is around the tiger?
Yeah, is there a tree nearby that we can tie it to?
Yes. Yes, there is.
Okay, so I tie it to the other end I tie the other end to a tree.
Okay, the tiger hops into the pond. The rope goes tight, and then the tiger it disappears into the not water, and you can see the rope moving back and forth slightly, swaying, like there's a tiger on the end of it. So if I'm going to try to pull on the rope and just see if it still has the weight of the tiger. Yeah, and also, which pond did you do this to? The elm tree with the blue ribbon wrapped around the wrist-thick branch, or the maple tree with the red ribbon around a cluster of red flowers?
I say blue.
Okay, you went blue. Okay. You pull the tiger out.
Oh.
Okay. The tiger has emerged from the pond after all three of you have pulled on the rope for a long time.
Hey, buddy, you see anything down there? He can't talk.
Oh, no magic. This is unfortunate. Wait, is there no magic, or was that one spell just disconnected? Because Elowen's gonna, I guess, speak with animals. Yes, she's going to try to cast speak with animals.
Okay, that one works. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so she casts that on herself, and I can comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts. What was in the pond, friend?
A snowy forest. Lots of trees, lots of snow.
Oh, a forest. It's not... guys, so he saw a snowy forest. It's not... I mean, it was a winter where we were at, but it's better than the nothingness. Shall we just
You just want to jump in?
At this point, yes, I'm kind of bored. It's an adventure.
Did you untie the tiger?
Oh, yes,
Tiger
friend. Just have this tiger tied to a tree. Tiger friend, she looks at, Nesgrax? That's how you say your name, right?
Yes,
Okay.
Nesgrax. We're good
Nesgrax.
friends, you and I. Yes.
Nesgrax.
We've been on many adventures together.
And she just goes, do I just let it go? Does it just poof into nothingness?
Oh, it's a good question. I think he just kind of hangs around with us for a little bit. Hold on. Let's
Yeah, I think
see.
you have like an hour or something.
Yeah, he, wants to follow. I don't think. Yeah, okay. Let's say it's an hour. I can't see it.
Yeah, I'll give you an hour.
Okay.
You
cool.
don't have less than an hour with your tiger friend, for sure.
Sounds good.
How would everyone feel if we dumped the tiger in one of the other puddles?
Oh, that sounds like fun. Yeah, tie him back up.
Yep, we have 10 minutes till I can't talk to him, so let's do it.
Oh, great. Okay.
Dump that tiger!
I sort of feel like giving him a name now. He's been with us for so long. I'm going to call you Richard.
Do you
Richard.
like the name Richard, friend?
Rawr. Yes.
He likes it. It's good. All right.
All right, Richard. If you could hop into the pond over there by that tree with the red ribbon,
Oh, yeah.
that would be fab.
Richard goes right into the pond. The rope starts to burn from the place where it hit the pond,
Oh, no!
and flames lick up it. The one with the red flowers.
I say, Richard! Why did I give you a name? Oh, God.
Oh, no!
Everything I love dies.
No, we are not allowed to name anything else. We name anything else and it dies.
I start pulling on the rope to try to bring him back up.
I don't want to describe that. You do that.
Is it just a charred husk of a tiger?
Yes.
Oh, God. Richard, no! No, Richard!
No.
I was so careless with your life! Oh, God. I look in my bag of tricks and I go, everyone, Richard's dead. I killed him. I'm so sorry. I promise I'll take better care of you guys. And the whole time Stan's watching us. Huh.
How does Mendax feel? Just in quiet shock.
Yeah, Mendax is a bit pensive, so he's just stood there kind of thinking, honestly, it's probably a good thing because my other option was just jumping in there myself, so... Honestly, if it's me or the tiger, I'm pretty glad we did it that way. But Nesgrax, there is an important question, and I just, because you're my friend, I just want to, run it by you before I, suggest anything that would otherwise be not such an amazing idea. Would it be too soon or too inappropriate at this juncture to start snacking on that husk? Because I am really hungry.
On Richard! We can't eat Richard!
I mean,
Well, you shouldn't have named him.
How hungry could you possibly be?
to eat a tiger.
We just got here. Mendax.
I'm just saying it's an option, all right? I'm sure you're hungry too.
Next time I see the man in the bowler hat, you are just going with him.
All right. I choose snowy mountains over fire, but I'm pretty sure that was actually. I'm not pretty sure. I am sure that was all my rope. So I hope someone else has other rope, so we don't just yeet ourselves into a forest.
I have a rope of climbing. It should suffice. So yes.
Well, snowy forest it is.
Let's.
At this juncture, this is a player talking. Could I request everyone make an Arcana check? Because I think I know what's going on.
Yeah, totally.
I don't think Mendax knows what's going on, so I just want to try and force it.
Yeah, I can do Arcana.
I've got Arcana up the yin yang. I've got 22.
No, I cannot. I got 1 minus 1, so I have 0.
Elowen's
wow.
thinking about eating the tiger and how she feels about that.
She's very distraught.
I also got a 22 Arcana, so that's good.
Okay, yeah. What would you like to know?
Well, I and now Mendax thinks that because there are loads of kind of like puddles with kind of different things through. He's been to a lot of like interplanar parties and whatnot, and he's pretty sure he's gone to a couple of like fancy resorts where they have these kind of pools. So he has a feeling that we might currently be in the astral plane.
You are not in the astral plane.
Or something similar.
You are in the Forest of Ponds, which is a means of navigation through the plains, yeah. You would say that if a pond were to dry up, it would imply that the plane does not exist.
Guys, I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is that all these puddles seem to lead to different planes. The bad news is I think we just destroyed one.
Oh, did we just, like, commit genocide?
Quite possibly.
The look on the player's face.
Oh, no!
We don't
But
know
there's no
that.
way of knowing right now, so at the moment, we're okay. Because we don't know for sure, it's a yes and a no at the same time.
Schrodinger's planar system, is that where we're at? That's what we're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dog goes, Schrodinger's planar system.
All right, Elowen is definitely like, I get dibs on bowler hat guy. It's just a small murder. We have lawyers. When we get back, he's definitely dead. Snowy forest, shall we?
There are other puddles around besides just these 3, right?
Yeah, but your DM's not gonna encourage you to do that.
Okay. All right, Leah. Let's check out the snowy forest place, I suppose. Yeah, let's go for it.
I mean, there are all these different other sorts of puddles, but I get the feeling that because these 3 had ribbons tied to them, they're the only ones with like specific out points, whereas the rest of them could just turn up anywhere. So these will have like safe landing zones, maybe.
Hopefully. There's only one way to find out. Tie the rope to the tree and let's do it. Let's climb.
Okay.
Elowen ties a rope to a tree, and she hops into the puddle under the elm tree with the blue ribbon wrapped around its Samara. She finds herself hanging from a rope about 1 foot above the snowy ground in a forest of pine trees.
She calls up, and she's not 100% sure that anyone can hear, and she just goes, yeah, safe landing. Climb down.
From below you, through the not water, you hear that.
I look back at Richard's body, and I say, "You will have your vengeance, Richard. I swear it." And I slide down the rope.
Elowen, you've just acquired a Nesgrax, because you're the end of that rope.
Yeah, she just, like, drops.
Okay, you untie yourself and you're, yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, because you're tied to the rope. Sorry.
She's just sitting there, like, you know, like coming in from a burglary. There we go.
Yeah.
And she just sit on her back, and she's just like, all right, Floof.
Like Ocean's 11, just like that. Where you're hanging
Yes.
from the rope above the floor and you got your arms and legs spread so you don't touch. Yeah. And then Nesgrax slides down the rope.
Mendax.
So at the moment, I'm still stood by the pond, and I just kind of like, I should probably untie the rope, right? Or do we want to come back? I'm gonna leave it there, and just because I don't necessarily trust the voices from the puddle. I'm just gonna take out my immovable rod just in case, and just kind of hop down.
Mendax hops onto the snowy ground of the forest, unless the immovable rods did something. I don't know if that would interfere.
No, that's just an in case, because there's a little button you can press which activates it.
Oh. Okay, well, you are safely cushioned by snow and uninjured, like 10 feet down. That's all it was. Okay, actually, I've got a thing to read. Pop! You teleport into another forest, this one shrouded in night. The air is chill. Your breath condenses as you breathe. Snow blankets everything, deadening sound.
So this is the same forest that we just slid into.
Yeah, I just described it properly.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool.
She is going to look around and see if she sees any signs of civilization. So like smoke trails, cabin lights, the such.
Yeah, I'll have a good look myself, and I turn my cloak into bat wings, and I fly into the sky and look around.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 10 for looking around for civilization.
What is that a perception?
Yeah.
Oh, perception? I have better perception. That would actually be a 15.
I got a 14.
So Elowen's in the tree line, I guess? Like, so you're underneath the tree's branches?
Yes, and she's just looking up, trying to see, like looking around and looking up to see if she sees like any smoke, any cabin lights, anything.
You perceive Nesgrax is up there and that he might see something better. And I'll let you guys try again. From above the trees, it's hard to see very long distances when you're just standing in a bunch of trees.
So should I roll again then?
Yeah, both of you roll.
Oh, nat 20.
Okay,
27.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's only a 10 on her part. She can't see nothing.
Okay, well, now that he's above the trees, Nesgrax can see way off in the distance smoke coming up as if from an intentional contained fire.
Everyone, I see smoke coming up from what I assume is an intentionally contained fire.
What?
Hold on. Flap, 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 flap.
Oh, you guys were shouting.
I see some smoke in the distance. It's coming from what seems to be an intentionally contained fire.
What a strange way of saying a normal sentence.
It's the way I talk, Mendax.
So shall we go and sneak? Just to, make sure
I
we're...
just want to check one quick thing, and I attempt to cast Prestidigitation just to kind of make a couple of like fancy coloured like red sparks.
Wait. You were shouting and now you're prestidigitating?
Yeah.
That happens and another thing's gonna happen.
And we're dead.
You have gained attention, but to you it just looks like you have created sparks and magic works here. Yay!
Yay! That's all I ever wanted to know. No follow-up questions.
Let's head towards, if we don't get eaten by bears or wolves or, big scary things in the forest at night, I suppose we should head towards the fire.
All right.
We'll be fine.
And Elowen kind of starts walking and she's just like, are you following?
Yeah, I follow Elowen.
Yeah, sounds like fun. Let's go. Maybe there's food. And I click down my goggles of night so I can see.
All right.
Oh, can I say I still have Stan with me, and Stan is by my side?
Yes. You did
Okay.
not
He
send
also has-
Stan into the pond with the red...
I didn't. I forgot about him. I'm sorry, Stan.
into the pond with the red ribbon. So you still
no,
have
I
Stan.
didn't. No. Yes, good.
All right. Okay, so you're walking for a bit, but you actually don't make it very far because of some shouting and some prestidigitating. So I'll just read this next thing. If the players draw attention to themselves, read. Got it. All right. 30 feet in front of you, a white mound floats up from the white snow. The mound rises more, reflecting in the moonlight. It gains eye holes with glowing white lights in them, a nose hole, and white humanoid teeth, and you realize that it's a skull. Everyone please roll initiative.
Evil snowman.
6.
21.
22.
Okay, Elowen, you have the first chance to react as this is rising in front of you.
So she pulls her bow and knocks an arrow, and you kind of hear in the wind in Elvish. Do you guys speak Elvish?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, well, Mendax hears "Swift to defeat to my enemies," and Elowen whispers back to the bow, "Swift death to you who have wronged me." And she has now made it her sworn enemy. And so she's just gonna shoot it twice. Okay, so the first one is both 2s, so I'm assuming there'd only be a 6 to hit.
Oh no.
That does not hit.
I assumed as much. The next one is a 21 to hit, though.
Oh, that hits. That hits real good. Your arrow goes right into that white eye socket.
I think it's just a long bow, so it's 1d8. And that's 4 plus, so 8 points of damage. Oh, I can't read. I get 3. This is her new bow. She's not super great at it. So that's 8, 9, 10, 13. 13 points of damage.
Nice.
And that's all she can do.
Okay, 13 points of damage. I'm getting my handy dandy calculator. The arrow thuds into the eye socket of this creature and kind of like pushes it out of the ground more, and you can see that it freely floats up out of the ground as if it were only partially corporeal. I don't know, one of those is right. Next up, Mendax. You notice that a second one has floated up out of the ground next to it.
Oh no.
And it's your turn.
So, the first one, is the arrow still kind of stuck in it?
It has no tissue to embed inside, so the arrow shoots straight through, sprays some bone, and lands on the other side.
That is a shame.
The first one is 30 feet from you all, because you're all together. And the second one is 10 feet closer to you, so it's only 20 feet from you all.
Okay, this is going to be fun, because Mendax is going to pull out one of his more chaos-inducing spells and cast Confusion. So how this works is it covers a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point, so I can get both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So both of them do they need to do a wisdom saving throw? Yes.
17 and 11.
Yes, they both fail. Oh, okay, this is going to sound a lot nicer for me. Okay, so just how it works is before each of their turns, they have to roll a d10, and depending on what that roll is, there are a number of different things they have to do.
Okay, got it. They're confused. I'm going to write confused on them. Those two look confused. The white lights in their eye sockets are going and spinning in different directions.
And then I'm going to use my movement just to kind of sidle around, because last time he was in a fight, they all got bunched up and it went quite badly. So he's going to just scoot on over.
Okay. 30 feet, you'd say?
Yeah.
I'm putting you 30 feet left of the other two. Gotcha. Okay, Nesgrax, as you watch, one appears 10 feet in front of you and has joined the ranks of the other two. It is rising up from the snow. So you've got one 30 feet from you, one 20 feet from you, and one 10 feet from you. And Mendax is 30 feet left of you.
Okay. Just got to see how this goes. I do Eldritch Blast to... Ooh, I get 4 beams now? Jeez. Okay. Yeah, 4 beams of Eldritch Blast. So I've got a 9, a 21.
The AC is 13 if that helps.
Okay. So I have a miss, a hit, a miss, and a... What was the AC? Sorry?
13.
And another miss. So I got 1 hit, I guess.
Okay. And how much damage did that hit do?
That did 3 damage.
Okay, which one did you hit? The one 10 feet in front of you, 20 or 30?
10.
Okay, it went down 3 hit points. Anything else on your turn?
I am gonna... Nope, that'll be it.
Okay, the Eldritch Blast slams into the ghostly figure, affecting it because it is magical attack. I think it doesn't have any, right? Doesn't have any types.
No,
It's force damage.
Force?
Oh, force, yeah, that's it, yeah.
Okay, yeah. That deals full damage to this cold ghost. And just to describe what you're looking at, it's so picture like if an icicle got angry and then died. That's what you're looking at.
I had a dream about that last night.
Oh no! And then it came true. All right. So on the Ghosts of Frost Giants past turn, one arises from the ground 0 feet, so it's on the same space as Nesgrax and Elowen, and it's occupying the same space as you guys. And before anything else happens, first it has a blizzard aura, which means that each creature within 5 feet of the ghost must make a dexterity saving throw.
I think I get
12.
11. Dirty 20.
You pass. You take 7 necrotic damage and 2 cold damage. Nesgrax?
My saving throw, I had a 12.
Okay. You fail. You take 14 necrotic damage and 4 cold damage. It's a DC 13, by the way. Just checking my math if I did that right. Okay. And you find yourself swirling inside cold, ghostly snowflakes as you're inside the blizzard aura because it's occupying your space. And it's real cold and dead. Okay. Now, all 4 are going to attack. The first one rushes towards Mendax. It's got enough movement to reach you. And it does a 13 hit you, Mendax?
No, it does not.
The second one rushes towards Mendax. Really? That's a nat 1. I'm probably not going to hit you with that. The third one rushes
I'd
at
agree.
Mendax and tries to hit you with a 16 to hit.
Nope.
Oh, man. Oh, finally, I rolled above a 10. Does a 25 hit you?
I will just say that Nesgrax... No, not Nesgrax.
Mendax.
Nesgrax has his own stuff, but Mendax has a cloak of displacement, so any melee attacks are done with disadvantage.
I rolled a second time and it was higher.
Okay, so yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, you take 30 cold damage. And then because 4
Ouch.
are occupying your space, those 4 each make you do dexterity saving throws.
Right? 15.
For the first one, you pass. Do 4, please.
Okay.
Are
Nat
these
20. Another nat 20? Wow, okay. And a 19 plus 10, so that's 29.
Okay,
Yeah.
So 30, 30, 29.
so you take 7 times 4 is 28 math question?
Yeah.
28 necrotic damage and 8 cold damage as you dodge out of the way of their blizzard aura.
Wow, okay.
Elowen had a question.
Are they undead or beasts or fae or humanoids or monstrosities or fiends?
Undead.
Sweet.
And now that they're, yes, so they are currently all 30 feet to the left of you guys. And let's see, so 30 feet left, 30 feet left, 30 feet left, 30 feet left. They're occupying the same space as Mendax, and they're 30 feet left of Nesgrax and Elowen. And then Elowen, on your turn, I'm keeping track of so many enemies. On your turn, a 5th one appears, and it is in Elowen and Nesgrax's space. Please make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeesh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that 2 of them were confused. I rolled a 10 and a 4. Sorry, I forgot.
Okay,
I wrote that down too.
That's quite all right. The one that rolled a 10 can act and move normally. The one that rolled a 4 can't move or take actions this turn.
Got it. So that one did not move. Okay, so recover 9 damage, Mendax, and one of them, so there are 3 occupying the space 30 feet to the left where Mendax is, and 2 occupying the space where Elowen and Nesgrax is. So Elowen and Nesgrax, please make 2 dexterity saving throws. Well, just Elowen. It's Elowen's turn.
26 is the first one, and 19 is the second one.
You pass. You take 14 necrotic damage and 4 cold damage because there are 2 occupying your space.
Cool.
And there's now 5 of these things. 2 of them are on top of you guys. 3 of them are on top of Mendax. What do you do, Elowen?
Yeah, so she's just gonna move out from underneath them and head towards the one that first popped up, because that one's still standing, right?
Yeah, the one that first popped up is in Mendax's space.
Yep, so she's headed that direction. And she can move 35 feet, so if she can get relatively close. And then she's going to shoot. The first attack was 13. Is it meet to beat?
Yeah.
Okay, so both attacks hit, and that's a combined amount of damage for 48 points of damage.
Nice. It is still standing. And I've got you 15 feet left of the center point, which is 15 feet left of Nesgrax and 15 feet right of Mendax. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Mendax, it's your turn. And on your turn, a ghost of Frost Giant Past appears in Elowen's space, which is 15 feet to the left. Elowen, please make a dexterity saving throw.
That one's only an 11.
You take 14 necrotic damage and 4 cold damage as the cold, dark blizzard swirls around you. Mendax, go ahead and start your turn.
Oh, we gotta start panicking now. Because they keep coming. Maybe this was a mistake.
You think? Yeah. Ow. I hope somebody has a plan, because Elowen's plans are generally just fight, so...
Plans aren't really our thing, but for now, Mendax is going to pull out the big guns and just kind of look at everything that's going on and go, this is a bit much. Because there are, 7?
6.
6
I have a grid.
nasty creatures going on. So he is going to, as I said, pull out the big guns and cast Mass Polymorph.
Whoa.
It's a 9th level spell.
Whoa. Okay.
So there's a wisdom saving throw for each one of the... Or alternatively, I could turn us into stuff and we can just fly away.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Should we do that? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to cast Mass Polymorph on us 3. So no one needs to do any sort of saving throw. And
if they're willing.
I'm fairly confident they will be. Something with a flying speed, like a giant eagle, but made of fire. Okay. Giant fire eagle. Can we do those?
You could do anything on the list of beasts if you want to type into Google D&D beasts list.
Okay, let's actually check out the rules for this.
There's something called a fire beast. I don't know if it flies, though.
There's the new form can be any beast you have seen whose challenge rating is equal to or less than the target's, or half the target's level if the target doesn't have a challenge rating. So we can do half our level, so we're level 17, so that's... I'm going to round up and say that's a challenge level of like 9.
Okay.
Something that can fly. How about a giant eagle? That sounds like good.
Yeah.
Yep.
What does it look like as you all become giant eagles?
Amazing. So Mendax has borrowed like a couple of caterpillar cocoons from Pidge. Well, I say borrowed. He's acquired a few. And he just kind of snaps one between his fingers and was like, guys, it's time to get out of here. And just the magic kind of bursts from his fingers in a shower of like nice green sparks, I think. And everyone just, the green sparks fly over towards the other two, and they also surround Mendax, and they kind of start swirling around, and they just get faster and faster and faster. And this just kind of shimmery light appears, and everyone starts growing wings. And it all looks very majestic, and we all just turn into giant eagles.
Yeah. All right. You guys are now all giant eagles. Yay.
I pick up Stan with my claws.
Okay. And I think he can turn back into a statue, so mechanically there's no reason why you couldn't transport him. So you might as well transport him in your claws. So you launch yourselves from the ground and fly into the air, no longer attacked by these ghosts of Frost Giant past. And you are now in the air. Up here, it is much easier to see the smoke that you are trying to follow.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure.
So yeah, I start heading towards the smoke.
You fly by flapping your giant eagle wings. The cold night wind breezes over the top of your wing feathers. You can feel air currents like you've never been aware of them before. And you can see really good. And in no time at all, you make it to the smoke and discover that it is a kitchen fire emerging from the chimney of a long wooden building with steep roofs. A steep roof.
Elowen. Yeah.
Gestures towards the ground with my talons.
Yeah. Elowen goes down to land.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
Okay. Elowen, Nesgrax, and Mendax all land on the ground. They turn back into people? Question mark.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. As you land on the ground and turn into people, a person is walking up the path with trodden footprints in it, up to the front door of this house. Excellent timing. They're incredibly carrying a person-sized black stone cube in one hand, their fingers crushing holes in the cube as if making their own bowling ball grooves. And as they walk up to the house, they put it on one side of the path as if like when you make a cute little set of lanterns on a block of stone outside a house. So it's like they just deposit one of those with their massive strength, and they start heading into the house.
Well, we have options. Freeze and starve. Or maybe find a way back by making friends.
Yeah, I like the making friends idea. What do you think? Yeah, let's just go knock and just see.
Oh, he's still on the path.
I don't know. I kind of like the sound of freezing and dying, but
Oh, he's still on the path. Okay.
but yeah, let's go say hi.
Elowen slings her bow on her back to make sure she's not threatening and kind of is like, all right, and just walks out with her hands up and is just like, hello, please don't hurt us.
Oh,
Can you help us?
the tall, well-muscled man with shoulder-length wavy hair and flat eyebrows turns and looks at you, and he is handsome. He's,
I hold Nesgrax back.
He's more handsome than most people you know. He's like celebrity level handsome. And he looks at you in surprise and says, "Oh, travelers, you look injured. Are you all right?"
No.
I burst out laughing.
No. We could definitely use some help.
Let's just say we had a frosty reception.
He waves his hand in your general direction, and you are completely healed and have 100 temporary hit points.
Sweet.
You poor things. Are you mortals here in this realm? And he walks towards you. He says, "Hi," and he holds out his hand to shake. "My name is Tyr, God of Justice. Would you like to rest for the night in our hall?"
Yes, please.
Yeah, dude, it's party time.
He's holding out his left hand.
So, okay, so you're a god, yes. First of all, very cute, very good looking. I appreciate it. But where are we?
Welcome to Asgard. Is this your first time?
Yeah, it is.
We don't see many mortals around here. They don't last long.
Tell me about it. Nearly bit it over there with the frost giant ghosts, so yeah.
Oh, you encountered frost giant ghosts? How far from here?
A couple of flaps.
It's hard to gauge distance when you're an eagle.
Yeah.
His straight brows scrunch in his T-zone, and he's like, well, that's not supposed to be happening. And he gestures you towards the long wooden building with a steep roof. Tyr opens the door and warmth spills out. He gestures you all inside. Do you enter?
Yes. Elowen's
Yes.
in. No questions asked. Just in. Cute, handsome boy in woods. Cute house. Yes, she's in.
Oh, he's missing his right hand. It ends in a stump.
I mean, there are weirder things that could be. You know, he could be evil.
Some people are into that, yeah. It's like a thing.
All right, so Elowen's in. Nesgrax sounds a lot in, too much in.
Oh, yeah.
Mendax,
I'm playing it slow this time.
Oh, Mendax didn't even think about it. He just, I think he was in before the door opened.
Okay, you're all like, oh, thank God. All right. A pink-haired girl notices Tyr enter and walks over to you all. She's pretty and smiles at Tyr and you. Tyr, you've brought friends, she exclaims. What were you doing that kept you out so late? Tyr says, I brought one of the stones from the mine. It's taking Thor a long time. You know, these simple travelers were beset by ghosts of frost giants past not 2 stones' throw from our hall. What a disgrace. The pink-haired girl bites her lip and looks away, darting her gaze quickly to a bearded man with his hair half ponytailed at the back top, half flowing past his shoulders. If you've seen Thor, the Marvel movie, that's the hairstyle, half ponytailed at the top, half like flowing down on his shoulders. One could say he looks identical to that. Yeah. And you are all in the hall, surrounded by a large number of people who are holding goblets, holding turkey legs, and laughing and dancing in front of a fire, and some are just chilling drunk on a couch.
Oh, yeah, I have been here before. Yeah, oh, this is all coming back. So it's still a bit hazy, mind you, but yeah, I've definitely been here before. Oh, the number of parties we've had. Oh, this is a good place, guys, you know. So I'm never quite sure how I managed to get back home again, but it's always a good time when you come to Asgard. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. We almost died. No.
Let me tell you, Odin's ravens are, like, great to play limbo with. They cheat a lot, though. So, you know, if they tell you, you know, they're not very good, don't believe them. They are amazing at it. Also, Heimdalls are lightweight. I'm just, you know.
Huh.
Tyr uses his left arm, the one with the hand on it, to slap you on the back and say, ho ho, you are amusing, friend.
Oh, yeah, Tyr. I remember. Well, you never turn up to these the drinking nights. Why not?
He's already got alcohol in his hand. He doesn't know what you're saying. He's only got one hand, but it's full of alcohol. All right, Nesgrax, what are you doing?
I'm looking around for a drink. I'm just holding my hands out, just waiting for someone to put a drink in my hands.
Both of them have goblets.
Hey, this is great. Oh, thank goodness.
Do you take a sip?
Of course.
Ooh, have you ever had mead?
No.
What? Okay, well, you should try that. It's good. And also, this is warmed mead. It's alcoholic. It's kind of like honey, and it's delicious.
Oh, this is much better than my alchemy jug honey, which I haven't been drinking. Just straight from the jug. Haven't done that, no.
Yeah, that's because it's a mixture of honey and mayonnaise.
No.
You don't clean it out afterwards.
That explains it, yeah.
That's why they make mystery suckers, the dum-dums that are mystery. It's the mixing that happens when you do one flavor for a while and then you do a second flavor. That's what mysteries dum-dums are, because they mix together. So that's like your Alchemy Jugs mayonnaise honey.
That's genius. It's like selling the donut holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elowen, what are you up to?
She looks at Tyr and she goes, a couple questions. A, do you know a way to get us back to our plane? And B, is there somebody who may or may not have heard or wants to smite something called the HHO back on our plane? And I guess C, do you have any, like, food, perhaps?
Oh, you have immediately an entire turkey leg in your hand and like a roll of bread and a hunk of cheese in the other. Yeah. So much food.
Sweet.
Grapes. Yeah. And he like looks at you kind of distracted and he's like, of course I can get you home, mortal. That's not, don't worry. Yeah. But a man with a half ponytail walks by and Tyr gets distracted for a second. You're just a mortal, sorry. And calls out, Thor! Thor! Tyr says, that wall's still not done? You're building the wall so slowly, I bet these mortals could build it faster than you. The pink-haired girl's gaze flickers to you mortals, and she looks worried. She shape-changes into a white-haired man, Paul Parker, and steps between the two strong guys. However, the word bet had already drawn the attention of one of the other gods in the hall. A woman with long blonde hair walks up and puts her arms around both Tyr and Thor. She says, bet? Care to make a wager? Let's bet on it. She nods her head at the party. What odds would you place on these mortals completing the wall inside of a month? The pink-haired girl holds her head in her hands. She's now Paul Parker, sorry. And he's like rubbing his temples like he has to live with these people. And he says, mere mortals, they'd never accomplish that. The blonde woman smiles and repeats, never? Oh, what odds? Half ponytailed.
Elowen raises her hand.
Half ponytailed. They just keep going. Half ponytailed Thor straightens his broad shoulders under the light weight of the blonde woman Lofin's arm. Puffing out his chest, he says, 300,000 gold. Easy that they can't complete it in a month. The blonde woman leans her head in conspiratorially to Tyr, who's on her other arm, and says softly, place your bet? Tyr's smile crinkles his face, surrounded by its wavy shoulder-length hair, and he offers out his left hand to the blonde woman Lofin. Deal, he says. Loki as Paul Parker makes a face and watches as Thor and Tyr shake hands first with Lofin and then each other. And that is where I'm going to leave you guys for part 1. Joining us this time were Mendax.
My eyebrow is so raised, I'm surprised it hasn't flown off the top of my head.
Elowen.
So we're dead. We are so dead.
And Nesgrax.
Yeah. Make Asgard great again. Build that wall.
Oh no. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
We hope that you're enjoying this episode of the Fire Breathing Kittens podcast. Please leave us a review on iTunes.com. You can subscribe to receive new episodes through your podcast player or by visiting firebreathingkittenspodcast.com or finding us on YouTube. Can you think of someone who might enjoy this podcast? Please share it with them. We don't pay to advertise this show, so the only way we can grow is through the support of listeners like you. Thank you. Welcome back to Fire Breathing Kittens, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. We are joined by Elowen.
Hello. We might be dead, but it'll be okay.
Mendax.
I think we're gonna have a wonderful time in construction now, I guess.
And Nesgrax.
I don't think I would have gotten married to that ghost boy if I knew I was going to be surrounded by a bunch of gods for a weekend in a cabin.
Do you remember his name?
Arpad.
Yeah, Arpad boys.
It's okay. I don't think the ceremony was official.
Yeah.
Right. Well, all right then. Let's all go nuts.
Well, you certainly didn't ask me to be a witness, so I'm not spicy or anything, but
Isn't he on a... Oh, okay. But isn't Arpad on a hell loop, so doesn't he only sometimes remember that you're married?
We're still married. It's like he has Alzheimer's.
Oh.
I'm still married to him. I know. It's horrible.
Oh.
That's so sad.
Thank you.
It's really hard being married to a ghost on a hell loop up on a mountain.
Yes.
oh, we should probably chuck in a spoiler alert for 2 episodes ago.
No.
We'll always have Hokkaido.
Yeah. Okay. So, everyone, please roll a d20.
14.
16.
2.
Got a bad feeling about this.
I have an 18 on this dice. Who's the closest to that?
16? Yeah, me. Yep.
Nesgrax, please tell us, what happened last time on the Fire-Breathing Kittens?
Okie dokie. Well, we were off to go get some breakfast. When all of a sudden a man in a pretty, I'm not going to mince words, stupid-looking bowler hat came up to us. He said he was from the HHO. We don't know what that means, but he wanted Mendax. And instead of taking Mendax away, he offered us a job to deliver a parcel to a tree on another plane. So we went to this other plane. It had a bunch of pawns in it that didn't look right. We dropped off the package. I think the package might have destroyed one of the planes. We're not sure. And after killing my new pet tiger, Richard, in one of the other ponds that didn't look right, we decided to go...
It was okay when he didn't have a name.
Yes. It seems like everything I love dies. So we went to...
Or is already dead.
Or is already dead, and then I fall in love with them. So then we went down through another pond. We were attacked by frost giants. We flew away from them and ended up in a... I want to say like a cabin with a bunch of gods. And apparently we're in Asgard now, and they want us to build a wall. They think that Thor is being too slow building a wall, so now they want us to build the wall faster than Thor. Hooray.
I mean, he is god of thunder, not god of hammers, so...
Yeah.
Thank you. That is exactly right. Okay, so when we last left off, the blonde woman leaned her head in conspiratorially to Tyr and said softly, "Place your bet?" Tyr's smile crinkled his face, surrounded by its wavy shoulder-length hair, and he offered out his left hand to the blonde woman, Lofen, the one with the hand on it. "Deal," he said. Loki, as Paul Parker, made a face and watched as Thor and Tyr shook hands, first with Lofen and then each other. Okay, so that's where you guys were. The blonde woman's going to walk over to you guys. Lofen takes you aside, apologizing that you've been drawn into a bet amongst gods. I'm so sorry that you've been drawn into a bet amongst gods, you mortals, but isn't this fun? She shows you to the guest bedrolls and, leaving you with the brunette woman, walks away. The brunette introduces herself as Sigyn, as she hands you each a loaf of bread and a hunk of cheese. Sigyn helps you settle in and make sure you've all got somewhere safe to sleep for the night. It's dangerous outside, you know, and says, "Is there anything I can get you to make you more comfortable?"
Yeah. Is there any, sort of, I don't know what you'd call it here, but for us, we'd probably call it, a weapon, that just happens to be able to, defend ourselves against, you lot, just in case we need Loki specifically, because I've heard some real naughty things about, that one.
Oh no, you're talking to Sigyn.
You're talking to his... Elowen looks at you and is like, married. No.
I don't listen to people when they tell me about their religion, okay? How would I know?
Elowen, how do you react to this?
Elowen at this point, she just has her hands on her forehead and she's like, okay, so we're going to pretend that he didn't speak. And then we're just going to ignore that whole thing because I'm sure you were in a wonderful relationship and Loki is a wonderful person. And just out of curiosity, there's no way for us to get out of this, is there? Like, because we almost died. And if you want us to like build a wall outside where we almost died, like that could go pretty poorly.
She's going to put her finger on her chin and tilt her head and think for a bit. And she says, well, you know, those frost giant ghosts only spawn at night. So if you go out while the sun's out, you should be okay. The sun melts them off, you know, and they hide in the ground.
All right. Okay. We're not going to die then. Okay. I take that back. We could still die, but at least we're not going to die from frost giant ghosts. Also, just out of curiosity, if you think about it, if you happen to hear any whispers about, oh, I don't know, a plane disappearing, could you just let me know?
Oh, sure, mortal, but I think your plane's probably safe. It takes a lot to get rid of one.
I'm sure it does. Good night.
So where do we stand on this god-killing weapon, doodad? I was asking about, you know. Just as a hypothetical.
So things Sigyn can tell you include not how to kill her husband. Instead, she doesn't want to do that for some reason. She can tell you about the task that you have. She can tell you about the people who assigned it to you. She can tell you about the place you're in. Nesgrax, how do you feel?
I think I have the feeling that this is going to be a pretty big wall. How big are we talking here?
All right, Nesgrax has selected the tell me details about the wall options. Sigyn will list off things. There is an agate stone mine that stops ghosts that's 10 clicks north of the hall. Thor so far has been placing one person-sized stone every 30 feet in a perimeter of 5 clicks circling around the hall. I have done this math for you because I am a gracious DM. And the math for how many stones that takes is circumference is 2 times pi times diameter. 31 clicks equals 2 times pi times 5 clicks. So 31,000 meters. So that actually 30 feet is 9.2 meters. So 31,000 clicks divided by one stone every 9.2 meters apart is 3,436 person-sized stones. You can say thank you to Sigyn.
Thank you, Sigyn.
You big
That's
nerd.
very helpful.
You're welcome.
You're saying that the stones help to keep out ghosts?
Yes. The frost giants that you fought are actually just very, very weak whispers of who they used to be back when there was a frost giant war. And we killed so many of those frost giants that some of them stayed after they died.
That sounds about right. Is there anybody who would be particularly inclined to, I don't know, assist us and beat Thor at the same time?
Ooh, now do you guys know what Sigyn means in the language that her name comes from?
Oh, it's going to mean truth, isn't it?
It means friend of victory. She likes seeing people win. It makes her happy. So she's like, I think I know someone who can help. You know who could help? Svadilfari. No, that won't work.
Why not? What's wrong with Svetlsfari?
Svadilfari distrusts strangers. It'd be dangerous for mortals to approach him. He's a very strong horse.
I'm kind of good with animals, and I'm also bouncier than most. I say bouncier. I can just kind of into smoke. So, yeah, can we meet him tomorrow?
You guys are going to have to do something to persuade her, like, as a party, that it's okay, because she doesn't want you hurt. She wants to help you. She doesn't want you to get, like, killed by a giant god horse. So, so you can talk to animals. She's like, okay, you'd probably be okay.
I just kind of like look at her in the eyes and just go, just look at my face. Look how handsome it is. If I couldn't do this, do you think my face would still look like this? Cheeky smile.
Make a persuasion check.
Gladly. Okay, what does a 23 get me?
She thinks you're very cute for a mortal.
She's right.
I can also speak with animals, apparently. I just looked, and I can do it. So...
Okay, then. Hey, as long as it's... All right, if you're sure. It shouldn't be too bad. He's just a bit distrustful. She looks unsure, but then resolves because you've all done a good job of convincing her. If you could get him to help, I have full faith you could get the wall built by a month. Svadilfari can often be found in the apple grove 2 clicks west of the hall. Try winning him over, but if it doesn't work, have an escape plan. I wouldn't want to see you little ones get hurt. And she pats you each on the head.
Aw.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get some
nighttime.
rest.
Yeah.
And, we'll check out that giant horse god, tomorrow.
Once she leaves, I kind of lean over to Nesgrax and just say, just wondering, how much on the power scale does Mephistopheles rank compared to these chaps?
It's somewhere between an I don't know and how would I even go about answering that? I mean, he's the Lord of Acania. He's the Lord of No Mercy. His main nemesis is the god of hell, Asmodeus. So yeah, he's up there. But I mean, I don't know about these guys.
I mean, do you reckon he'd help us out?
I think that would be. I don't want to push it with him. I feel like he's sort of forgotten about me, and I like it that way. So I feel like we should just go. We should just try to do this with the horse thing. That sounds right to me.
Okay, just keep it on the back foot. We can call a friend if we need to.
Yeah, at the risk of me taking like a ton of psychic damage, yeah, and going insane for about 24 hours, yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
Yes. So anyway, night.
Good night.
All right. Do you all sleep okay in unfamiliar places? Or is it like different people are different ways about this? What are your characters like?
Is there a fire in the room?
Yes.
Elowen is extremely, not like close enough to catch fire, but she is very close in using the fire as a white noise machine.
Yeah.
Nesgrax is having a nightmare, and he's sort of restlessly like tussling in the bedroll, and he's can see a rope, going down into a pit, and he's pulling up the rope, and as he pulls up the rope, Arpad is on the other end. And he says, Arpad, no. And then he wakes up and looks around at everyone else.
I think Arpad looked like Jack from Titanic, right? So
Yes.
Oh. Yeah. And then you lower the rope and he slowly sinks into the blue water.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Turns
That's
into a
not
tiger and bursts into flames. Meanwhile, Mendax usually goes to sleep incredibly quickly, so he tends to just dive into bed and is gone instantly. But like this time round, he's a little more uncomfortable than usual, so he kind of like sits in the corner, just kind of stares at the door. There's a lot's happened to him today, and because while he hasn't had any specific dealings with Loki, he knows quite a lot of the other guild members that have, and is not a fan of being in the same building.
Mm-hmm. And if you recall earlier, it seemed kind of like your troubles stemmed from Tyr and Thor being all like bro-combative at one another. And Loki was almost trying to prevent the mortals from getting involved in the god business. So you'd have to contrast what you've heard about Loki with what you saw.
Yeah, it's all really confusing. Thinking maybe there's two of them.
A pink-haired lady and an old man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which one is Sigyn married to?
Or maybe Loki's in his own time cycle, and it's just the same one, just at different points in time.
Ooh.
And if you kill the wrong one, what does that do to the timeline?
Okay. All right, it is the next day.
He's having some very confusing thoughts, is what I'm saying.
Mendax is having trouble sleeping. So,
Oh, yeah.
since Elowen was able to compensate for her being in a new place with the white noise, the other two didn't sleep super well, but you, I will say, get an inspiration point for the next day so that you can, because you're well rested, right? I want to mechanically give you a reroll on one of your rolls for that.
Sweet.
I don't know. Why not? Moving on. So it's the next day. You're in a hall. People are a variety of working productively and passed out drunk from last night.
Elowen kind of puts her hands out and she's like, ham and Swiss croissant and coffee. Ham and Swiss croissant and coffee.
Sigyn just waves her hand in your general direction, and your left hand has a ham and Swiss croissant, and your right hand has a coffee.
She's just like, thank you. And she's just like, because she's like, she's not super religious, so she's like, I don't know who to pray to, so I just said it out loud and hoped.
Mendax looks over it.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Mendax looks over at that and just goes, okay, bacon roll and god-killing weapon. Bacon roll and god-killing weapon. Come on.
You get a bacon roll and a donut. She knows what you really want.
I look at the donut and go, maybe the donut will kill a god. I put that in my back pocket for later.
And Nesgrax.
Nesgrax holds out his hands and he says, Richard, back to life, an end to this all-consuming self-hatred. Richard, back to life, an end to this all-consuming self-hatred.
That was just a tiger, right?
Yes.
That was actually a piece of fluff?
Yes.
You're holding a 600-pound tiger.
Richard! You're alive!
Yay, it's a great day.
Richard's back.
I'm so sorry put you in a pit of flame.
Oh yeah, Richard's not super happy with you. But by the rules of your agreement, he can't not work for you and your party members. So Richard, the grumpy tiger, is in the corner near the fire.
Elowen looks at you and just says, perhaps there is a god that needs a pet and Richard could retire after his troubles.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's only fair. Richard, you have a choice, my friend. You can stay here in this god world and have all of your needs met, or you can come with us.
The people who burned you alive.
And maybe die again in the next 15 minutes.
And face challenges with your friends, the fire-breathing kittens.
Okay. Richard takes on the adorable facial expression of a tiger that wants pets and walks over to Thor, the man with the half ponytail, who's super muscled. Thor reaches down and scratches the tiger's ears. How strong is that contract to you, Nesgrax?
The contract about him
The
being
fluff.
like my companion.
Yeah.
It's fine, Richard. I understand. You're not a slave. You're my friend. Do what makes you happy.
He's facing Thor, and Thor is scratching his ears. His striped back is facing you, and he looks over his shoulder at you like, I have found better pets.
Good for you, Richard.
Now we have a spy.
Well, at least he's not dead. Well, if everybody's ready, I suppose we can go and find the apple trees and the orchard and the horse.
Let's make up a song about it. That sounded very sort of sing-songy.
Well, I did have to sing campfire songs a lot when I was younger. So yeah, I do tend to sing when I'm a little nervous and expecting to die.
Sounds
Really?
great.
I'm always expecting to die.
What did I do to my players? I don't think I did anything especially horrible.
Elowen was like very hurt. Very, very hurt.
Aw, yeah. Yeah.
She is like fully understood that if she tries to fight something here, that she is very likely to just.
Oh. Well, you're level like 17 or something, right?
Yes.
Yeah, some self-confidence. All right.
All right. Let's go. I start walking towards
To where?
the apple orchard.
How would you get there?
Well, it's only 2 clicks. That's walkable. We could walk.
All right. How would you navigate there?
Hmm.
Roll a survival check on a dice.
Oh, jeez. 14.
Wilderness navigation, page 112 of the Dungeon Master's Guide. So what was your roll on survival?
It was I think it was a 14.
Oh, you fail.
Oh.
If the check fails, the party inadvertently travels in the wrong direction and becomes lost. The party's navigator can repeat the check after the party spends 4 hours trying to get back on course. So you wander around in the woods for a while. Nesgrax is taking you north, and then east, and then south. And then roll another survival check, Nesgrax.
Okay.
Can Elowen make a perception check to see if she hears a horse neighing?
By the rules as written, no. You can't. You can roll a survival check to navigate through the wilderness.
I got a 6.
Okay, you spend 1 hour going south. Would anyone else like to navigate? It's the survival skill. And you're trying to go 2 clicks, which is 2 kilometers west.
I nominate the ranger.
Yes, I will roll.
The warlock says, maybe I should not do that. And the bard says, maybe you should not do that. And the ranger
gets a nat 20.
Oh, okay. So the ranger watches this happen for 5 hours. Getting more and more explosively angry.
Yes. You guys smell like, not like trash smoke, but like burning
rubber.
ditch smoke. Which I don't know if you've ever smelled that before. It's like,
yes,
not great.
No.
And it's just getting stronger and stronger the longer we're walking, as she's trying to be like, but we're over here, this way.
Next,
please.
Nesgrax, do you smell that?
I know
We
where
must be
we're
getting
going.
close.
Just let me figure this out. Let's see. That tree we saw before, remember? We saw that tree, and then we said, oh, let's turn right. We should have turned left. So now, never mind. Anyway, Elowen?
Yeah, guys, 5 hours wasted. Way back there, we've passed this tree like, I don't know, 14 times. Let's just go my way. Please. Very much so.
Yeah, of course.
And she takes off.
Yeah. Okay, we follow. I follow.
I mean, I wouldn't call that wasted time. You know, we managed to, bang out at least half a musical based on the life of Richard the short-lived tiger.
I got all my steps in today.
Well, let's go.
All right. So with Elowen leading, and she's literally steaming, you arrive.
Snow's like melting around her.
You arrive at an apple orchard. Lines of purposefully planted trees stand on a green lawn. The trees look like normal apple trees, but huge. The first branch is 2 people heights high, and the red apples hanging from it are 3 times the size of apples in your world.
I want one of these.
Cool. Elowen casts Speak with Animals on herself.
You can now speak with animals.
And she calls out and she says, hello, friend, are you here?
A caterpillar pokes its head out from one of the giant apples.
Which way are you trying to go?
Yes.
That's a labyrinth.
Yes. Hello, have you seen, a big horse?
The caterpillar nods. Can the animals speak back to you, or can you just...
Let me pull it back up.
Just say yes.
Where did it go? Oh, here it goes. Comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration.
Got it. So the caterpillar opens up its weird downward-facing mouth, and as it moves its mandibles, it says, yeah, the giant horse, oh, it's terrifying. It almost ate the apple I was in, but it didn't. And then it, like, caterpillar points, which is, it makes a line with its body. That way.
Thank you, friend. And Elowen follows the point.
All right. You guys are heading in the right direction. Everybody do perception checks, and let's see who sees the horse first.
13.
16.
12.
Mendax. Crunch. You hear the unmistakable sound of someone biting an apple. You look up. Above your head, a huge, strong Clydesdale horse is standing on the underside of a branch, casually munching on an apple as if this were the most normal thing in the world. He has white legs, a brown body, and a white blaze on his face. He hasn't seen you and crunches another bite of apple, and we are now in skill challenge mode. This is a chance for you to roleplay as your character with the skills that they have on their sheet. You can roll a d20 dice and add your modifier to that dice. There is a difficulty check, or DC, that I've got on this paper here. You need several passes to pass, and if you fail too much, you won't be able to recruit this horse for your wall building, which doesn't mean you're going to fail at the D&D game, but you won't have horse ally, if that makes sense. So use the skill that you are the best at, and don't repeat a skill. So if you've already used a skill once, you can't use it again. So please write a tally mark next to that skill or record somehow that you've already used it. Okay, he hasn't seen you, Mendax, and crunches another bite of apple.
I would like to backflip into a neighbouring tree and grab another apple so we have something to talk about. The taste of apples. Or an
What
acrobatics
skill did
check.
you... Okay. So you want to backflip 2-person heights high in the air.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay. Sure.
Excellent. 32.
That passes. You are hanging from one arm with your feet against the trunk of the tree, holding an apple in your free hand in the tree nearby.
I take a crunch. A good apple.
Are you trying to be noisy or are you trying to be stealthy?
I don't know how crunchy is the apple.
Apple crunch level?
Okay, so not like a super loud crunch, but just a...
It is 3 times the size of a normal apple, so...
I know basketball.
All right, it's more of a
Your
nibble
jaw
there.
becomes unhinged.
Mendax is actually a snake. Unhinges his jaw.
Oh, you're a changeling, yeah. Ew, okay.
Probably could.
Oh, I'm going to say it's a very loud crunch then. And the horse sees you in that tree eating that apple.
I give him a sly nod.
All right. Next up after Mendax, it's Nesgrax using the turn order from earlier in the game.
Yes, I'm going to say to him, like, hey, how would you like to be the most famous horse in all of Asgard? And I roll a persuasion check. So that is a 15.
Oh, that is a failure.
Oof.
So the horse doesn't speak common, and it hears like walkie-talkie sounds at it.
Oh, no. I should have cast Speak with Animals first.
And it's kind of disturbed that someone's making gobbledygook sounds at it on the ground. It's like, what? I'm surrounded. What is going on? Elowen, so far you've got one of your friends is eating a giant apple with snake jaws, and your other friend has almost spooked this horse. It's about to bolt. What do you do?
So she's going to use her animal handling skills from her time in the forest, and she rolls a 22 and she knows a little bit of horse liberty, and she knows one of the few things to gain a horse's trust is to just sit where it can see you and investigate you. And she still has speak with animals, so she just kind of sits cross-legged and just says, "Hello, friend. I have a question to ask you, but if you would like to see that I'm safe, you can do so if you want.
Oh, that is a very good choice. The horse casually strolls down from where it was standing on the underside of the branch, walks down the trunk, head first, as if this were the most normal thing in the world, standing now like a normal horse on the grass, walks over to you and you're sitting on the ground and he sniffs your hair. It's his large nostrils testing out the air near you.
And she is now smelling like burning like cedar. So it's like cedar was calming smells.
Okay. Yeah. Better than dumpster fire and ditch fire. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yep. That is a pass. You guys are at 2 passes and 1 failure. We're back to Mendax, who is eating an apple while hanging upside down acrobatically from a tree branch.
Looks very good.
With snake jaws.
So he would also like to try and converse with the horse, but he knows that he cannot speak to animals, so he just, holds aside the apple and just goes in a calming manner for a performance check.
You're trying to calm with your performance?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
In a horsey manner.
You're snake-jawed, hanging from an underside of a tree. Yeah, that's quite the act.
Unnatural 20.
Unfortunately, this is not received well by the horse. It doesn't know what to make of the snake-jawed acrobatic humanoid thing.
I just insulted his mother.
Yeah, and you don't know what you said, but it wasn't good. We're at 2 passes and 2 failures, guys. You might not recruit this horse. Wow. After Mendax is Nesgrax.
So first I cast Speak with Animals. And then, let's see. Now, since Mendax did a performance check, does that mean that I can't also do a performance check?
You can. You just
I
can only do one yourself.
Okay.
Like, this is your performance, and there's no other performance that you could do after this, yeah.
Okay. Okay. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to say to him, these apple trees are actually recent genetic modifications to the original apple trees, which were quite more... the apples were more tart and had more seeds in them, and so over the years farmers have been able to crossbreed different apple trees together and get much more tastier apples and larger, as you can see. And I roll a history check. Oh god. 15.
Oh gosh. The horse finds that dull.
So does Mendax.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
no.
does Nesgrax.
Oh.
Yeah.
3 failures and 2 successes. Elowen, do something.
So Elowen pulls out a little like notebook and she kind of flips through it and she just goes, "Let me sing you a song." And she's going to do a performance check and it's a 24.
Oh, thank God.
And she just kind of looks at the horse and she just goes, "I don't really have a great horse theme song, however," and she just kind of gets ready. She's just like, "Will you please be my friend? Please, please, please. I really need some help so I can go home at the end. Please just be my friend."
Aw, it rhymed. Yay. Yeah, the horse is much calmer near you. It's not sure about your friends. Please, Mendax, for the love of Swaddlefire, please succeed on your next roll, because you have 3 successes and 3 failures, and the first one to hit 4 is whether or not you get this horse. So, please succeed.
Okay.
I might bring up the fact that Elowen has done a lot of work to get the horse calm.
She has. She's really carrying this. Okay, I will attempt to talk my way into making this a persuasion check rather than performance, because I've already done a performance. Mm-hmm. So Mendax kind of like twirls around on the branch and drops to the floor. Just kind of like lands nimbly, reaches over to his back and grabs his ukulele, and just goes, "I reckon I could persuade him with the power of rock and roll." Because horses like rock, everyone knows that, and we're trying to move a rock, so it's thematically appropriate. And hopefully, back home in the real world, people will get this reference. My lovely horse running through the fields. Where are you going with your fetlocks blowing in the wind? I wanna shower you with sugar lumps, ride you over fences, polish your hooves every single day, and bring you to the horse dentist. My lovely horse, you're a pony no more, running around with a man on your back, like a train in the night, like a train in the night.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
Yay!
Woo!
I tried to make that as accurate as possible without being absolutely horrible. So as far as a persuasion check, we are looking at a 33.
Yay! I'm so glad. Oh, the horse kneels down, which if you know horses is not something they do to people they don't trust. And it kneels down and it wickers, and Mendax and Elowen and begrudgingly Nesgrax are all able to pet the horse, and I guess you can run your hand down its blaze, which is a white stripe on its face. You've got a horse friend now.
Yay! Has 10 minutes passed since I spoke to the caterpillar?
5.
Okay. Elowen looks at it and says, "Hello. I have a favor to ask, if you're up to it."
The horse nods.
Do you know who Thor is?
Yes, the horse definitely knows.
Now, do you like Thor or do you not like Thor?
The horse is kind of indifferent about Thor in particular.
Okay.
Thor
cool.
has lots of loud sounds. The god of thunder, you know.
Yes.
So, like, he's not a bad dude, but he's just so startling to be around, you know?
Yes. She is just checking, because if this horse really loved Thor, that would be a problem. And she just goes, "So, you godly horse and us mere mortals have gotten swept up into a little bit of a bet between Tyr and Thor about building this stone henge kind of wall thing to keep, the ghosts out, which would really help you as well. Could you perhaps help us with building this wall? Because we have to do it in like a month, and we have a month. Of course, the faster we do it, the faster we beat Thor. But we'd be much obliged if you could just, give us a little help if you could."
Swaddlefari nuzzles you, and you pet his face, and he's all on board because you passed your skill challenge. Yay!
Yay! All right, let's go. Do you mind if we perhaps ride you to the gate mine, please?
You're mortals. He's like, "I could hardly feel your weight. Go ahead, hop on."
Sweet. Elowen hops on, is like, "All right, guys, he's going to take us to the mine. Let's go."
Okay, the funny thing is, as you hop on, he is walking like 2 feet above the ground, and you guys are floating 6 inches above his back.
Yeah.
The anti-gravity horse. Woo! All right, let's do another survival check to see if you get to the mine. Now, the mine is 10 clicks away, so it's good you're on a horse, because it's not as close as the 2 clicks away apple orchard. So let's see your survival check.
So is that for all of us?
Well, that's up to you guys to decide. Do you want Nesgrax to lead again?
No.
No.
Elowen rolled a 12.
First, you wander around the apple orchard because horses have minds of their own for 1 hour as it eats apples. You see it going for the one with the caterpillar in it.
There's a caterpillar in that one. Kind of gross.
Oh, yeah. No, the horse does not.
And yeah, Elowen's gonna try again. Oh, that's better. How about a dirty 20?
Yeah, having eaten his fill of apples, Svadilfari now takes you to the Agate mine. The area that you're approaching is very large, right? So picture you're now looking at landscape. This is what I'm describing. Like, the forest abruptly ends at a steep drop-off. The brown soil had only been a light covering over black rock. Lots of black rock. 5 feet below this drop-off, there is another vertical drop-off. It extends for a while like a ledge, and then 5 feet below that, there is another vertical drop-off. You're standing on the edge of, basically don't fall in, it's a quarry. The bottom level is oval-shaped, like a kidney or a swimming pool.
Cool.
So,
And it's a black rock. If you guys want to look up Augite, Augite, it's a mine of Augite. Or it's just a black rock. Yeah.
so
How did we
remind
get-
me, how is this horse supposed to help us? His task? Is he going to pick up the rocks with his mouth and then, like, place them in a perfect circle?
He seems like anti-gravity because we're floating. He could
good
perhaps
point.
float some rocks.
Maybe we should ask him if he can float some rocks.
He can
Yes.
float anything. He's super awesome. He can also walk on the undersides of tree branches. He can... Yeah.
Perfect. Elowen also, she kind of claps her hands together and just is like, and we can have a little bit of help if I can do this right. And she casts Summon Woodland Creature, and she summons a giant eagle.
All right. You have a giant eagle. It's familiar to you. You were just one of these. It seems like only yesterday.
So Elowen kind of looks at the eagle and looks at the horse and is like, okay, so we have 3,000 of these stones. How many can you lift?
You don't have stones. You have a vertical drop off a ledge, a vertical drop off a ledge. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. She looks at her companions and she just goes, cool. So I got the muscle and we got the muscle. Do you guys have any help as far as like summoning rocks? Because I can't do that. I can do animals.
Oh, hey. I don't know how much this helps. I have spider climb. I can, like, walk on walls and stuff, which is cool. Yeah, as far as, like, I can turn flesh to stone. Does that help?
Can you turn stone to flesh?
No. That would be creepy, but...
Very creepy.
Easy to cut through a meaty wall.
Well, what do you say, guys? I guess we need to really get down into the quarry safely and get some rocks and then bring them back up here. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's easy enough. I can just cast Featherfall and we can just float down like, well, feathers.
Just to describe it again, it's like a 5-foot drop from one ledge, and then like a 5-foot wide ledge, and then like a 5-foot drop. Standard D&D squares.
Okay, so we can just like hop down pretty much.
Yeah.
Is there anybody working the mine?
No, Thor's taking today off for some reason.
Because it's Thursday.
But roll it. Roll a perception check.
Oh.
Not good.
21.
22?
As Nesgrax and Elowen look around for anyone working the mine, you see tools. Tools for cutting. They appear to be hammers, Thor's favorite. And you can hammer and chisel some stone blocks out if you would like.
Well, let's get to it. Elowen just goes and grabs a hammer and a chisel and I guess hop. You can hop 5 feet safely. Hops down 5 feet and gets to work.
All right.
Yep.
Mendax and Nesgrax?
Yeah, I do the same. But I moan about it a lot. I'm like, why do we have to do this? This is stupid. I hate this.
The warlock was presented with some real work. Disapproves.
Mendax, I think, would just straight up refuse because, like, his hands are the hands of an artist, not of a labourer. It's like, look how smooth my hands are. I don't want to mess them up. Think about how many hands I have to shake with other famous people. If they shook my hand and went, your hand is really rough, and what? I tell them I had to do some quarry work? No, that's not happening.
Okay, well, you did hear that there was 300,000 gold in it for you guys if you succeed at this?
Well, we'll work smart, not hard. So give me a couple of minutes, and I'll figure out an ingenious workaround solution.
He lays on the ground as you guys chisel the stone. So both of you guys can make some kind of attack roll or something like that. Tell me how your characters would attack this stone.
I guess she would try to find like a crack and try to hit the, like cutting wood, how you put it in a crack and you get the crack going and then the wood splits.
Yep. Each block has an HP of 50. How long does it take you to get it out from the wall?
Yeah, that's going to take forever. She rolled a flat 12 to attack, I suppose.
Oh, you're always going to hit. Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, I hope she can hit the rock.
It can't dodge.
Is there, like, for hammers, is there a damage type?
Yeah, do a D10. D10 okay. Plus your modifier. Yeah. This is a god hammer.
Oh, sweet. That was a 10 plus 4, so a 14 for her first strike.
Okay. Your first strike draws a huge crack from the stone wall as Mendax lays on the ground watching. Nesgrax, there's now a giant crack through this stone wall.
Through the stone wall, there's a giant crack. Okay.
It has 36 hit points left.
Oh, so, okay. There's a hint. Yeah, I'll give it the old Eldritch Blast. See what happens. Oh wait, okay. No. You know what? No. No. Hold on. I have a different idea. I'm going to cast Shatter.
Oh.
A sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from a point of your choice within range. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a Constitution saving throw.
The rock rolls a Constitution saving throw. You got a 5.
Got a 5. That is not going to beat the 16 DC. So then I do 6d8. Is that right? Looks right. Yeah. So let's do that. What do we got? 24.
Wow. The crack that had been in the rock is now splintering and fragmenting the rock. You've got 12 hit points left to get a human-sized chunk of stone out of this wall. Mendax is still watching.
I'm supervising.
Elowen's going to take a good 2 swings at it, because she does get 2 attacks.
Oh.
And so the first one is 7 points of damage, and the second one is 10 points of damage.
And the human-sized stone block topples and falls away from the quarry wall. So it took you guys about 3 turns per stone block at the start of the day with all your spell slots. So that's about 12 seconds. You're very impressive for mortals. 12 seconds and you got a block out. That's pretty good.
Yes, we can only do this so many times though. Oh.
How much damage does your 4 Eldritch Blast cantrip do? Because you can do that over and over, right?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, it does 1d10 plus 2.
Yeah, so like 7 damage 4 times, so like 24 damage.
Yeah.
And it's not like the rock can dodge. So it's going to take you 2 turns, so it'll take Nesgrax 12 seconds per block, and it'll take Elowen probably 2 as well. Maybe like 3 rounds. 3 rounds for you. Yeah. It's like 18 seconds per block. So if you guys work for 1 hour.
All right.
How many blocks can you free from this wall as Mendax just watches?
So we're going to do this like 31,000 times.
How long does it take?
This is the plan. We're here till like Friday.
I have to do math now.
I was gonna say I'm pulling up a calculator. This is a calculator.
It should be about 180 an hour.
I'm going to trust you. So you can do 180 blocks per hour. Okay. Then that's, let's say you do like 8 hours a day. That's 1,440 blocks for an 8-hour day. But it's probably going to actually take you like 10 hours to do that. Because lunch and peeing. All right. And occasional pause for breath.
So 1,000 what blocks? Sorry, could you repeat that?
Let's just call it 1,000 flat blocks per day.
If we need to make...
All right, you guys
3,000.
spend your first 4 days here collecting the 3,436 person-sized stones from the quarry. Now, placement. Okay, also, how do you feel about Mendax just like hanging out with you, laying down all day?
Hey, I'm the safety supervisor, okay? It's an important job.
Elowen is not super happy, but she's also like, I came to the guild to deal with my anger issues. I came to the guild to deal with my anger issues, and takes it out on the rocks.
Nesgrax is just like rehearsing a conversation he's having with the man in the bowler hat. Like, oh yeah, he's not such a good friend, really. He's pretty lazy. He doesn't help out a lot, so whatever. You just feel free to do whatever you want to him. String him up. Dissect him. I'm sure there's very interesting anatomy in there. He is a changeling, after all.
Mendax, it's like day 2 of laying there. What are you doing? You're just laying on the ground?
I think inside he's writing his memoirs.
Okay. All right, day 4 happens and you now have 3,000 whatever blocks. How are you going to place them? So you've got a horse that can transport the block across, 1 block at a time across the ground for you. Are you going to place them like it's a 5-kilometer diameter centered at where the origin is the hall? So that means you're 5 kilometers away from that circumference. So which one do you do first? The close or the far side of the circle?
Does Elowen see, like, a cart of some sort near the mine?
No, because the gods could just pick it up like a bowling ball.
Seems about right.
Nesgrax, how does your dimension door work?
Well, dimension door really only works for me and like things that I'm carrying. But I do have a portable hole. Would that help?
That would help.
Yeah, we could put
What's
a bunch
the
of.
weight limit on a portable hole?
Is so let's see.
I have a bag of holding. How heavy are these rocks?
Tons? It's on the tons level.
Never mind.
I'm not.
The capacity of the portable hole is limited by space, not weight. It is 10 feet deep and 6 feet wide, so you can fit a block in there, but not 2 blocks.
I can only fit 1 block in there.
Maybe 2 blocks, but not 3 blocks. Yeah.
Oh,
So
boy.
let's say that you can, in your portable hole, fit 2 blocks, because it's only 10 feet deep and 6 feet wide.
Perhaps we should place the rocks furthest away from where Thor was working and just work our way towards them so that way he doesn't know how far along we are.
All right, so is that the side of the circle that was closer to the mine, 5 kilometers away from it, or the side of the circle that was 15 kilometers away from the mine? Your choice.
Well, if we do the longer one, the shorter it'll get for us to take these things. And the time will decrease. Elowen says to her friend. No, Elowen does not say that to Mendax. Elowen is definitely not talking to Mendax at this point.
That's fair.
All right, so tell me what you do. You've got a plan. You've got some blocks. It's been 5 days here in Asgard. The food is great. The people are beautiful. And you're finally sleeping well, Nesgrax.
Hey, Nesgrax. We could perhaps send Mendax with, because the eagle could probably pick up one of these. Yes? Nope. We just have an eagle friend, a giant eagle friend that's hanging out. We could potentially just we'll take one with the hole to the closest, and we can send Mendax with our horse friend to the furthest one, and that'll give us some breathing room away from, and, give him a job to do.
Oh, I like this.
Still
2 times the transport rate.
Yes.
Sounds good to me. I have to be honest, I don't understand. But go for it, sure. That's fine with me. Yeah.
Elowen walks over to the horse and Mendax and just goes, and is speaking to the horse and just goes, okay, buddy. And of course she's recast the Speak with Animals, and she's just like, okay, bud, I have a really big favor to ask. You've been super great these last 5 days. Could you potentially help our friend, companion, compatriot here transport some rocks that way? And she points towards the furthest away, and she goes, and make sure he doesn't get lost and make sure he gets back, because I'm quite frankly not sure he's capable of not doing that. So
how very dare you.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Because he seems to be sickly, considering he didn't help at all.
Svaddlefari.
I helped. I provided encouraging words.
Okay, Svaddlefari will accept Mendax and a stone on his back. Picture, this is kind of funny, a human-sized black pillar just floating above this horse's back, and a Mendax. Now, how do you guys, I guess Svaddlefari can just, put one up there. Okay, yeah. So, Mendax, are you sitting on top of the stone or on top of Svaddlefari's back? And if so, in front of or behind the stone? Because I have to picture this.
On top of the stone.
Okay.
I think in the time he's managed to build himself, a comfortable chair, just out of, odd kind of twigs, maybe some bamboo lying around and some nice leaves. So he's got a comfortable chair to be sat in for the last couple of days.
Well, I'm glad he does. Elowen also talks to the bird and is just like, and will you follow, and if they get in trouble, come find me.
Yeah. So looking up the average pace of horses, it looks like they can do 30 kilometers a day. So you can do 2 stone runs to the furthest edge per day.
Great.
And it's day 5, and there's 3,436 of these stones.
They were a lot easier to cut out than they were to transport.
I'm going to say that since it's a god horse, you can do 10 times as much and do 20 stones a day.
Great.
To the furthest part.
And he should be getting, closer at some point, so it should start shortening up.
Yeah. So, yeah. Is there anything that you guys can do to make the horse faster, or to make anything easier, or to carry more? Mendax, you want to contribute?
Yeah, well, Mendax player has a frankly ridiculous plan, but I think it's a good one.
Good, because right now you're only going to transport 500 stones, which is not 3,000.
Okay, so, Nesgrax, hear me out. I've got an idea.
Hit me.
Your spell of contact extraplanar entity.
Mm-hmm.
What I think we could probably do is if we, and I use the word we here, if we as a team, because we are a team.
The look on Elowen's face.
Go on.
As a team, if we just chisel out all these blocks ready to go, if we use contact extraplanar entity, because we're on a different plane to our normal one, we can contact one of our wizard friends from the guild who are equally powerful as we are, get them to cast Wish to transport all the blocks into the correct place.
That's how Wish works? Wish will do that for us?
It can do.
Do you know any people who can cast Wish?
Sure, why not? I mean, we probably do, because...
No, it's an actual question. Do you?
Well, I know Pidge won't, because it's a conjuration spell, and she's strictly transmutation.
Yeah.
However, I'm also given to believe there are certain... wizards for hire that we can buy the spells off effectively. So how much would a 9th level spell be?
Looking up the cost of spell scrolls on Google, And it says a 9th level spell scroll is 250,000 gold.
Oh. Yeesh. Nesgrax pulls on his collar.
It's a bit pricey, isn't it?
But if you could find a way to just make this horse's trips more than 2 stones per trip.
You sound like you have a plan, DM.
I'm hoping you guys succeed. I'm rooting for you. You can do it. You're at 500 right now. You just need a way to get 3,000.
How about we say, if he goes off like on his horse and, they have a nice heart-to-heart conversation just from whinnies and like kind of back scratches. The scratches the other's back. It's really confusing. But he gets back and he's like, "Oh, I had a really good talk with this horse, He doesn't say much, but what he does say is mostly but no, I reckon I could, pull it. I'm not gonna, handle any nasty sharp object or like tools, but blasting magic at stuff, I think I can work with that, okay? I do realize I haven't been like the best team player, and getting into this thing, it is kind of my fault, so I do kind of owe you guys one.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
So if you just kind of bear with me, it's a bit of a confusing situation. I'm kind of taking it out on you guys, and I am sorry for that. I just it's just a difficult situation, Well, you might not know.
You said blasting magic. Could you perhaps clear a path?
Ooh. Yes,
Well,
the terrain determines the speed.
As it just so happens, I've been hanging out with Nesgrax a bit, and he may have taught me a thing or two on the whole magic front. So this is my in-universe reason for why Mendax now knows Eldritch Blast.
All right, you're going to clear a path through the woods. Make the horse run faster. Because it doesn't have to dodge sticks and stuff like that on the ground. Yeah. Oh, yay. Okay, so now you guys are on track. You are going to position the 3,000 whatever stones, 3,436 person-sized stones. You've got Mendax blasting a path through the forest so that the horse doesn't have to carefully place its feet, but can instead gallop, making it run so much faster. You've got Nesgrax shattering the stone so that it just pops out of the mountain. And Elowen is shattering stuff. She's got eagles to see where the wall is already built and where it needs to go. She's keeping track of the location. She's a ranger and she's good at directions. And overall, you guys are on track. Yeah, you're going to get this wall done.
Through the power of teamwork.
Teamwork.
Yay!
29 days have passed. You've made surprisingly good progress. Midnight is the deadline, and it looks like you'll get this done. There are only 100 stone placements left. And you said you did the furthest ones first, so that means the 100 left are actually you can see them from here. You're on track to finish. Describe what you all are doing at 11 a.m. on the last day. And anything you've gotten up to in Asgard, tell us about it.
Elowen has tried a bunch of different foods and is just on a tasting binge, essentially.
Yay!
Nesgrax has, compared notes with the gods and, Mephistopheles to try to, understand, who's more powerful or, what they can do.
Do you have books of eyelids?
Yeah. So he's yeah. He's I don't know. It's just, I feel like there's creepy, scary factor sort of trumps the the thunder thing. It's me, but if I were going to get on someone's good side, it would be the creepy eyelid guy.
All right.
And then Mendax has been just kind of socializing with a lot of the others. Not Loki, because he's heard some real nasty things and just wants to stay back from all that. But he's learning new songs, new stories, and just, a little bit of eavesdropping here and there just to see if he can find out any nasty little secrets they may have that he can use in future.
God gossip, yeah. And you guys are all getting along a lot better now that he started blasting a path through the forest. Yeah. So how do you guys interact over that time period?
Has Sigyn heard anything about the disappearing planes that I asked her about?
Yeah, one went poof. Sorry.
Yeah.
Was there anything important?
To them, yeah. To everyone else, no, the world goes on. So
Cool. Elowen definitely goes to Mendax and goes, so I don't know what you've done in the past, but we just, kind of committed genocide to protect your name, so I'm just gonna go ahead and, assume I'm allowed to kill Bowler Hat Guy when we get back, because I don't really think he, deserves life after murdering a whole entire plane.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that quite a lot over the last couple of weeks, and I think I probably owe you guys an explanation. I mean, it's been a long time coming, if I'm honest, but since we're nearing the end of this, we might be about to get back to our normal plane. I think I should probably fill you in on what's been going on, the entire reason we're actually here. I should probably fill you in on. So, just if you can go grab a couple of muffins, then meet me upstairs and I'll just kind of explain everything quickly.
I just hold my hands out and I go, muffins.
And you have a muffin in every flavor.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, upstairs, come on.
I follow.
I follow.
Okay, so we head just upstairs into a kind of an empty room and Mendax kind of shuts the door behind him, just kind of sticks his ear against the door just to make sure he can't hear anything outside. Not quite sure why I'm doing this. They're gods, they probably don't care. But, I've just got to be careful. Okay, so honestly, I don't know who that guy was, which is the thing that worries me the most. Because, yeah, he's kind of telling the truth. I'm not who you think I am. Well, I kind of am now. It's the identity I forged for myself is more one of necessity, even. So my old life is complicated. Let's just say, but let's just say I'm sort of in witness protection, and the organization that put me in my new life has evidently been either compromised or infiltrated, and that's worrying because that's an important part of the world security thing. So if this HHO, that sounds right. If that group has managed to infiltrate the people who gave me my new identity and what all they've been doing, then that puts a lot of people in danger. So not just me, but maybe you guys too, or anyone in a position of power. Then who knows what sort of information these guys have got access to. So yeah, we could, when we get back, just go kill this guy. But I think it may go deeper than this, and it may not just be us that's in danger. Maybe it's the guild, maybe the country, maybe the world. Who knows? But this could be a bit of a long one.
That's all perfectly clear. What the hell are you talking about, man? Why are you in witness protection? What does HHO stand for? It's been driving me insane.
Ditto.
I've never heard of this
Happy
organization
Harry's,
before. So
ogling, Herman's, helpful otters. What is it?
I don't know. They must be new, but what if they're not new? Maybe if they've been underground, or why are they showing their face now?
But that didn't answer anything about you, though.
I told you the important stuff.
let me break this down for you. And Elowen just, like, puts her hands together and she's like, we were getting breakfast. Creepy bowler hat guy threatens you with your true identity, which, quite frankly, we still don't know. I'm not sure it's important, but also it kind of is, because apparently now there's this whole witness protection thing, end of the world, death prophecy vibe you got going on, and we're also literally in a contest with a god. In a god realm. And, oh, it gets better. We just committed genocide. So, as much as I love and want and am friends with you and have seen you at the guild, I, first of all, didn't sign up for genocide. And I probably won't be getting over that anytime soon. But second of all, do you have more information you can tell us? Because if you're in witness protection, don't you have like a handler or someone you can talk to about this? Also, I do have a poisonous spider and, she's been very friendly and living at my cabin. And I'm sure we could make some kind of like torturous slow kill poison for information from it. And I'm willing to do that. But like, I think I need more information before I do that because the dude's gonna die either way because, you know, he made us commit genocide. But like, the ability of me to get information out of him before I do that, and my willingness to do that, kind of depends on you.
Okay, first of all, wow.
Elowen then takes a bite out of a muffin.
Yeah.
It's a vengeful bite if ever I saw one.
All right, so you guys are talking a lot over these 29 days, and you've fought, you've bonded, you've worked together, and you only have 100 stones left. So it's 11 a.m. on the last day. Elowen's yelling at Mendax.
Elowen's just having a breakdown.
Yes. I'm okay, and you only have now at this point there's 5 stones left. It seems like Tyr is going to win this bet. Tyr, the god of justice, the one-handed one, you know, the reason we have Tuesday, right? Yeah. And then there's Thursday, Thor, the god of thunder, who just wasn't getting it done fast enough. So right now in this bet between gods, it looks like Thor's going to lose and Tyr's going to win because you're going to get this done. You've only got 3 blocks left when Svadilfari's right ear flicks to the right. He turns his horsey head, focusing both ears in that direction. A slender-legged Arabian mare emerges from the woods. She raises her dainty head and nickers suggestively at Svadilfari. He drops what he's doing and happily prances up to the Arabian. She nickers again, turns around, and swishes her pretty tail at him as she walks into the woods. Svadilfari doesn't look back at you not once as he follows.
That sounds about right.
I'm not even mad. I would do the same thing. That would... Go get us, Svadilfari. You can do it. No. 5 stones, eh?
Yep, you're down to 3 stones.
Oh, 3 stones.
And
piece of
it's
cake.
2 p.m., and as long as you finish before midnight, you just have to get that stone about, these are 30 feet apart, so push that stone 100 feet before midnight, each of you.
Okay, guys. Here's the thing. I have a portable hole, and I can fly. I can put 2 stones in the hole, fly them over to where they need to be, and get those done. There's just... I guess I could do that again for the 3 stones.
Yeah, you can just come back.
Yeah, I could just make a couple of trips. We got time. Yeah, I do that. So I put on... I do my bat wings. I fly to where the stones are. I get out my portable hole.
You scoop.
I put 2 in the hole, fold it up, and fly them to where they need to be, and put them where they need to be.
Yay!
Hey, all right.
You guys have completed the wall with 4 hours left to go, because by the time you get back to the hall and everything. So the hall is packed with gods and goddesses, and you guys arrive. You have completed the wall despite a bit of sabotage from who knows who.
Wait, we were being sabotaged.
Your horse is gone.
Oh, that sounds like a Loki thing to me. Yes, that's right. I've read Neil Gaiman's book on Norse gods.
Well, that was fun.
So you're in the hall with Sigyn, the brunette, with Lofen, the blonde, the goddess of betting, with Thor, the bearded man with his half-hair ponytailed at the back top, half flowing past his...
What is with you in this half up, half down thing?
I'm trying to describe what he looks like, and I'm not doing a good job. It's Thor from the Marvel Universe.
You're describing his hair in such detail.
I'm trying. It's
Everyone else is just like,
It's
that blonde-haired woman.
plot.
I don't know. Okay, sorry guys.
Sorry,
DM
go
fails. Tyr has shoulder-length wavy hair and flat eyebrows. Anyway, you know who the gods are, and you're making fun of me for describing them. So there's the hall. And there you go. What do you do?
Wait, are we in the hall? Or are we...
Yeah, you made it back. The wall is complete.
I put my hands up in the air, and I say, hell yeah, baby. Whoa.
Tyr comes over to you, and he lifts you like a parent lifting a baby up into the air, and he does a happy dance with you.
I go, wee, wee.
You're now favored of Tyr, which means that if you pray in one of the temples of Tyr, that your prayer is more likely to be answered than not. Yay!
Yay!
And unfortunately, on Thursdays, your first roll of the day is always going to be with disadvantage.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Tyr hands all of you an Omega Chain of Travel. This is a 30-inch gold Omega Chain that, when put over your head, takes you to the place you want to go. Unclasp it to initiate travel again. 3 uses, and after its third use, can be melted down for 1,000 gold pieces, and you each also receive 100,000 gold for your valiant work completing the wall on time. Yay!
Yay!
Yeah, baby.
Is there anything that you want to ask the gods about the plane, for example?
Elowen just kind of is like, so, there was a plane that disappeared, and world might be ending, and I can't tell you much, but I just have a question. Do any of you, have, I don't know, psychic vision, or can, creep through, spiders or something, and can you tell me who the HHO is? Have you heard of it?
I was gonna let you bring the plane back, but you could ask about that. You're talking to gods. Do you want to just bring the plane back?
Yeah, that'd be great.
No, tell us what HHO stands for. It's driving me insane. I don't care about that plane.
Elowen, do some kind of persuasive something to convince these gods that it's worth their time and effort to bring this plane back. They're mostly just selfish, pretty people who don't care.
Elowen looks at them, and she looks at every one of them, and she just kind of puts her hands on her hips to stand up as tall as she can, and she just goes, now listen here. We built a wall to protect y'all. We almost died when we got here, which, let me tell you, people that worship you, not that I worship you, but if you had visitors from the mortal plane that loved you, that visited, and then they almost die 5 seconds to showing up, not a great look. But now you're protected, and we did that. We did that for you after not being asked. And she's just going on this whole rant. And at the end, she's and now there's a whole plane of creatures that got wiped out. Who knows why or by who? And I need y'all to fix that. Otherwise, I'm walking out there and I'm destroying the wall.
Well, Tyr is the god of justice, and Sigyn is the goddess of helping people get victory, and both of them are very happy that you helped them out. They're used to you at this point, and when you suggest that you're going to destroy the wall, they chuckle because they're amused. You're immortal, and they're like, oh, look, she's so angry.
And she rolled a 19 for persuasion.
A 19? Oh, that's pretty high, especially for a ranger. Okay, then their reaction is Tyr takes his left hand, the one that still has fingers, and he wiggles his fingers. And Sigyn confirms with you that that plane was restored to 10 minutes before you dropped the package in.
Great. Thank you. I can just imagine that over this month, they've just seen her blow up several times, and they're just like, oh, look, there she goes again.
They think you're adorable, and they pat you on the head. Well, with his one good hand, he does. All right. Anything else that you guys want to do before you now have Omega Chains of Travel, so you can go back to your own plane whenever you want? Is there anything else that you want to do?
I imagine myself like reaching up and grabbing like Tyr by whatever he's wearing and just saying HHO. What does it stand for?
All right. Mendax, anything you want to do before you leave Asgard?
I mean, probably a couple of things, mostly involving trying to figure out a way to get rid of Loki, because that's like all that like his friends at the guild have been talking about for ages now.
Oh, speaking of, you don't see Loki anywhere. You look around and he's not in the hall as the pink-haired girl or as Paul Parker. If I had to bet, I'd say that he was having a really good time as an Arabian right now.
Called it.
And
That sounds about right.
It's Sigyn is the one who tells you that, and she's like, "Oh, Loki, always getting up to fun stuff." And that's how Sleipnir was born. Actual legend. Did you guys know you played through a Norse legend today?
Hey.
Yeah, that's how Sleipnir was born, an 8-legged horse of the gods. Okay, all right. So yeah, Mendax doesn't see Loki anywhere.
Curses.
All right, joining us this time, we're Nesgrax,
Goodbye, everyone.
who's 100,000 gold richer.
Ooh.
Mendax.
100,000 gold. Okay, we can retire now. Let's just buy our own personal plane and have margaritas.
And Elowen, who saved a plane today.
Yay, I did not commit genocide. I saved a lot of people instead.
Woohoo! Bye-bye!
Bye!
Bye.
Dungeons, dragons, and everything fantasy. These were the ingredients chosen to make the perfect podcast. But the DM Craig accidentally added an extra ingredient. 3 idiots.
So something killed these, right?
You all.
We just found them.
There's a murderer on the loose! Thus, Ready Set Roll was born. Join Anthony, Dylan, and Dan every Tuesday as they dedicate their life to making mine a living hell.
Go back to a time where life was simpler, where you could leave your doors unlocked. A time of block parties, bobby socks, and soda jerks. A time to gather around the radio and listen to your favorite sitcom before there was television. So come back with me in an old-time radio comedy time machine.
Unknown Squared Productions presents Outs of the Ashes. Join this group of survivors as they navigate a post-apocalyptic world and are then faced with unimaginable horror as their nightmares are unveiled. Out of the Ashes is an immersive cinematic experience for your ears. For those seeking a story filled with adventure, love, loss, and bone-chilling scares. Out of the Ashes podcast. Do you have what it takes to survive?
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Fire Breathing Kittens podcast. You can find more adventures on Amazon.com in the bookstore, Fire Breathing Kittens, all one word, podcast. That's right, you can curl up with a good book based on one of our podcast episodes. The authors do a really great job of adapting them into fun novels. And did you know that we have webcomics? Look for the adventures of Fire Breathing Kittens on webtoons.com. We also have official merchandise on redbubble.com. Yes, that's right, you really can own a notepad with the Fire Breathing Kitten logo on the front. Or one of your favorite characters. Go to redbubble.com and search for works from your favorite characters such as Frath, Amonist, Azreen, and more.